Oh, we're getting word here. One more award. I'm sorry about that. This award it's actually like kind of a medical award. It's most likely to have a heart attack or a myocardial infarction after smoking too much weed. Now this award, you have to have certain criteria. You have to be morbidly obese, you have to be sedentary, you have to be just sitting there constantly, daily, day in, day out. It's a special award. And basically you have to smoke so much weed that you will likely die from a myocardial infarction or a heart attack. And that's Brian McClay from Beyond Wednesdays. Congratulations, Brian. You don't have much longer in this mortal coil. I congratulate you on your sedentary lifestyle.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
the top talents in the comic book business are here to tell everything they know.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Tuesday night, episode 124 of the Industry of Comics show. I'm Brian McClay, your host, here with Sean from Comics Elite, Emmett from Haven for Heroes, and Steven from Most Wanted Comics. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, business was good.
Yeah.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, I
Fighting
feel
off,
you.
I'm not as bad as you, but I'm fighting off a sinus infection. It's super annoying. I probably sound stuffy.
I
Terrible.
had that last week, man. I hate
Nobody
that
asked you what you
so
did, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little touchy tonight. Sorry, man.
Dude, it was so annoying to me. It was so busy. Every time someone asked me for something, I'm like, oh shit, man. But it wasn't the people. It was me. And I couldn't sleep. It was just so annoying.
Yeah, I got a CPAP, right? Because I'm an old fucker, and I can't even use it because I keep waking up suffocating because I can't breathe through my nose. It's fucking terrible, man. I mean, first world problems, right?
Yeah.
Oh, poor guy with shelter and food. Can't use your CPAP machine. Everything in perspective, but damn. I want to stick like a screwdriver up my nose and relieve the pressure or something, It's crazy.
Yeah. What's the best thing to use for something like that besides the machine at night?
Mucinex, NyQuil, anything. I do a nasal rinse twice a day with the little Nelly pot thing, the nasal rinses. I do it anyway, whether it's sinus infection or not, because I get allergies and shit stuck up in there. That's the only way to get it, bro. Just suck through it because you got to rinse all that infection out of there.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the crap that comes out of your nose. It feels awesome once you get used to it. Anyway. This is your health tips on Brian McClay's channel.
Yeah, we all need them. Trust me. I came home from San Diego, and San Diego was very humid, and I came back to the desert, and I think that didn't help because I'm very dry, and I feel like that. Anytime I cough, and I'm having to cough to clear my chest, feels like 1,000 razor blades. You know what I mean? Because I'm so dry. But anyways,
it's not all about you, McClay. We were talking about us. Make it about you. I see that slab on the wall. You're supposed to talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Stay focused, McClay. Stay focused. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm a
so
little riled up tonight.
We got to ask first, how many of us on the panel have seen Brand New Day?
Ooh.
Okay, good. We've all seen it. Then we get to talk about it. And spoilers away. We won't spoil it too much.
Yeah, chat. We're spoiling the shit out of this, so you may want to dip out for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's crazy how they all exploded at the end. It was wild.
Here's the crazy thing about the movie. Even if there's no real big spoilers that's going to ruin the movie. No. And here's why I say that, because I think this is the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen, in my opinion. It is one of the best. Big. It's one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen. And it's funny to say that because this is coming from Sony, which most of the time, Sony kind of shits the bed on these things.
But Marvel Productions, when you watch the beginning credits, Marvel Productions.
But here, to me,
it goes hand in hand. They both helped each other.
To me, the biggest reason, there's two big reasons why I think this movie was so good. One, it wasn't about the fighting. It wasn't about the big bad. It wasn't about any of that stuff. It was more about friendship and, him losing Mary Jane and his best friend and him being so lonely because of it. Right. And they didn't do it in a cheesy way. It didn't feel cheesy to me. It felt real. It felt like, man, you could tell this guy is fucking, if that happened to you and the love of your life doesn't recognize you anymore, and your best friends don't recognize you anymore, in your 20s, your mid-20s, that's a fucking big deal. And I felt like that.
You're in New York, in a big city.
Yeah.
But dude, it was truly a hero sacrifice that he was living with, right? And it was 4 years. They graduated college. Yeah. They went to college. They graduated college. They were living a whole life. It's crazy. It was so I could go on and on about how good it was. I think it was the best. Staying in what you mentioned, McClay, was the best Spider-Man. So I think Tobey Maguire, not Tobey Maguire,
Tom
what's
Holland.
his face? The guy, see, I can't even, Tom Holland. He best acting yet of him. You could feel the chemistry between him and Zendaya. Obviously, they're a couple in real life, but you could just feel that tension. The only part of the movie I was about to get like, oh, they just lost it. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Was when, huge spoiler, they're on the rooftop and she's like, I remember you. And then they do the kiss and she's like, Peter. And he's like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, and she goes, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Like this feels off. And then sure enough, she's like, oh, true love breaks, or first kiss, true love's first kiss breaks the spell, blah, blah, blah. And starts mocking him. I was like, oh,
and it
that
broke
is
your
dark.
heart, right?
Like it did.
It made you, especially as a man, you're like, I felt for him. I was like, oh my God, dude. I thought he was going to turn evil, you know?
And he said,
I knew that was already, I mean, I knew that right away.
Yeah, but
like
the
when
way
they were on
she
the
said
rooftop.
it, but the way she said it though, and did it to him, like you knew what was happening, that she had taken her over, but the way that she said it to him and she struck that dagger in him, like the main thing that he wants in life is to have that connection with Mary Jane again, and he yearns for it so much, and you're giving it to him, and then you just fucking take it away like that. And the way she took it away, like
in his face when she said that, like that was acting like, oh my God, he could feel the heartbreak like coming through the screen. It was crazy. And he even said, I don't forget what he said, but it was like, you're evil, or that was,
you're a monster,
unforgivable. You're a monster. That's right. You're a monster. And again, I heard, somebody told me, it leaked it. I was in a Whatnot show and somebody told me that it was Jean Grey was the big bad in this one, right? And I was like, Jean Grey. So the whole time in the back of the head of my movie, when I'm watching the movie, I'm thinking, okay, this has got to be Jean Grey is the big bad. But I'm like, but her powers don't work like this. Like she doesn't hop. Like there's other villains. I thought it was like, what was the movie with Denzel Washington where the dude hopped from people to people? Like I thought it was like that. I was like,
which
was
not
how her powers.
The Jackal. The Jackal does that, right? That's why a lot of people thought it was the Jackal.
Yeah. So, but at the end, when her powers come into full effect from the trauma, it's like, oh, there's Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
It was kind of weird.
Omega level.
It was kind of weird though with the sister thing, right?
Well, but she did have a sister in the comics though.
Comic books,
yeah. But so I honestly, this sounds fucked up. I was glad her sister was dead in the movie because it would have kind of thrown things off.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have a sister. She does have a sister, but her sister died in the comics too, right? So
yeah.
I don't know if her name was Sarah.
Besides Tom Holland making $2 billion movies in 2 movies, I mean Odyssey. I don't know if y'all seen Odyssey, which is
it was good.
An awesome movie as well.
No, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it for you, Sean. But it's.
I don't think you can spoil the Odyssey. It's a 2,000-year-old story. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I've seen like 3 iterations of it. I read half the book. Couldn't finish it.
I mean, Tom Holland's awesome in there as well.
Yeah.
And you got Spider-Man 2 weeks later. Come on, man.
Well, here's the other thing.
Man, 2 big movies like that.
Lewis says it in the chat. He goes, best Punisher and Hulk in a while. I agree with that. I think it was the best Punisher since the first when he got introduced in Daredevil. And by far the best Hulk. By far the best Hulk, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Emmett, you said it backstage, and I'm glad that we could talk about it now. The fucking fight scenes in this movie were beyond excellent. Probably the best fight scenes I've seen since Civil War. Like they were up there with the Winter Soldier fight scenes and the Cap fight scenes with Iron Man. There were so many cool moments where they throw back to the like they knew they had to throw some love to the comic fans. Like, you know, the cover recreations, the fight with the Hulk, so many throwbacks to comic things. How like they brought in the Hulk to fight was very smart, I felt. It felt like the writing in this was some of the best writing in a Marvel movie since like Civil War. You know,
it was great. The pacing was perfect. Nothing felt, there was enough comedy to have those comedy beats were there, perfectly placed. It wasn't too over the top. It's funny,
some things were for just like Yelena being in the bath
I
house.
love that. That was fucking awesome. You didn't like that?
Well, that was so that Tom Holland could have his shirt off. That's
bro. If I look like that, I'd be like, I need a lot of scenes with my shirt off,
bro.
Right, well, that's
Yelena was perfect
She was
in
ripped.
this. She was fucking
was
perfect,
good.
and
Yeah.
she's so fucking hot, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not just like her, but the way that she
That's
talks.
from
She
out
has
of
that
water.
accent. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
something about.
I wish she would have stood up a couple times. The bathhouse scene was really cool, especially the way he reacted, because Peter's still that innocent, naive kind of kid still, even though he's not. And you put him in a bathhouse with a hot girl, and he instantly reverts to like high school kid.
The
It was
movie was
perfectly
more,
written.
but the movie was more the other than it was Brand New Day. They didn't the comic.
It really was.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
comics.
they mixed the both.
They
It
mixed
really
them.
was.
Well, there's no Brand New Day because Mephisto's not in it. And,
Well, the Brand New Day part is him not
Gwen
being
is
able
not
to
in it.
talk, not being able to have a relationship with
Yeah.
Ned and MJ.
I'm
That's the
almost
Brand
glad.
New Day part.
Yeah, I'm glad it didn't follow the Brand New Day story very close at all.
Yeah.
Like, actually, not at all. They just stole the
Very
title.
close, no.
Well, they
Yeah,
stole
they
the whole main thing where nobody knows him anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's the main point of Brand New Day, right?
But what
The
helps,
best.
what helps a Marvel like this was they got rid of all the shit that was shit. They said, screw this shit. We're going to lose out on a lot of money. Let's just one step at a time. I mean, there hasn't been a big Marvel movie in over a year. Now you got
a lot
this.
more. Yeah.
People are starving to go to the movies. And what better way than Spider-Man, dude?
The Spidey app tracker was a great little bit of humor in there, which is cool. I'd say we get the best Hulks when he's being mind controlled by someone else. So
Yes.
in Age of Ultron, he's controlled by Scarlet Witch. He has the big go off, and this
Get rid
one,
of
Jean
Smart
Grey's
Hulk. That was the
controlling him.
worst decision ever.
I love when Spidey looks at him and he goes, "I didn't know you could get that big."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks
'Cause
so
he just looked
badass. Oh, yeah.
gigantic. I was like, dude, look how big. And they didn't make him any bigger than normal.
But the plot that he couldn't bust down the door, and then a couple of Spidey bombs blows the door off. That was kind
the
of a little
door
plot
the door
hole.
got blown off. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking something different. Didn't Spidey kick the door down after he engaged the
No, not that door. Not at the end. The
Okay.
door that the guy was behind when he was hiding, and then he puts the tracker on the girl. Not the suppressor on the girl.
Jean Grey, the thing.
Jean Grey. He puts the
Okay.
suppressor on her.
Okay.
That part when she's trying to get the Hulk to rip the door down, and he couldn't rip the door down, and then these little bombs pop the door off. I thought that was a little bit of a plot hole.
I don't think Hulk ever got to the door, did he?
Oh yeah, there's big. You can see the big
He's
punch
trying to
marks.
break it down, but maybe
That's
he
what all the
weakened
thumping
it.
is.
He weakened it, maybe.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
possibly. Little notes too, like when the Hulk was possessed by Jean, or not the Hulk, when Punisher was possessed by Jean, and he had those little feminine mannerisms. He was like, "I'm going over here," or whatever. I was like, that was perfect too. Like John Bernthal acted the shit out of that. Those little attentions to detail was just cool. And then also, like when the Hulk, first I was like, how's the webs holding the Hulk against the wall? That couldn't happen. But then it showed how strong the webs are from. He actually ripped the building apart, and then all those pieces of the building hanging off the Hulk, and he's still standing there holding all that building up. Like, oh my God, you just
good.
Like Hulk,
And that
that's the Hulk we
moment,
want.
that moment when like Peter knows the Hulk is being mind controlled, and like he's got to let go, and the Hulk's gonna fall with all that stuff, and like the anguish in Peter's in the acting again, Tom Holland, great acting. The anguish that he's like in that moment, like, oh no, like I gotta let go, I gotta let this happen, and Hulk fall, and is he gonna survive or whatever? But
yeah. And
remember,
little
we
things
got
too,
the
like
whole movie theater for this movie.
oh yeah,
Remember, I bought out the whole theater. It was a packed house. It was awesome. I mean,
That's so cool,
everybody
bro.
after the movie was so thankful and all. It's so cool to hang out with customers and family and friends outside of the shop. And
yeah.
it was awesome, man. Everybody loved it. I'm glad everybody had a great time.
yeah.
And
When
Hood was there. Hood
Nice.
loved it.
Cool.
I think Hood's probably gonna see it again, another 5 times.
yeah, I can't wait to see it again for sure. I couldn't even find. I was gonna take my wife. She wanted to go. I couldn't find 2 seats together for 2 days, all weekend. All I could find was single seats. That's how.
I went last night. My show was only half full, but it was the 10 p.m. So it wasn't ending till 1 a.m. So
I got a screener copy.
Supergirl, I got to see. The theater wasn't even half full for Supergirl.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to see that in a theater with the people.
Because I'm horribly sick.
Well, you know,
that's a good one.
I had one customer come in. He was young kid, fairly young. He's already seen it 4 times. How the hell do you have time to go watch it 4 times?
Dude, I remember when
no job.
When episode 1 came out of Star Wars, we saw it 4 times in a row. We watched it we spent like 10 hours at the theater that day.
Bro,
Such a nerd
when they did
then.
the re-release, the remasters of the first 3, where I was in line. I lived in Oceanside at the time. We went up to Irvine to the Spectrum. It was a brand new theater at the time, and saw it. It was so fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as that LucasArts came across, the da-da-da-da, everyone just went nuts.
Yeah.
Every new scene, people close. We had the movie memorized scene by
Yeah.
scene. Every new scene, people lost their shit and clapped. New Jabba and the X-Wings and all the bullshit. The Wampa. Anyway.
Yes, that
nerding out.
I think
4
that
times,
and here's something interesting, and this is why I made the title, Can Peter Parker Save Marvel Comics? Because this was a Peter Parker movie. This wasn't a Spider-Man movie. This wasn't a Punisher or a Marvel hero or a Marvel villain movie. This was a Peter Parker movie. And to me, and I think a lot of people have said this throughout the years, the thing about Spider-Man that's so amazing is Peter Parker, right? He's just a normal guy dealing with normal problems. Even though he's a hero, like the normal human problems are the biggest things in his life that he can't fix. And the Peter Parker part was the best to me. And they keyed in on, like you said, Sean, the relationship between him and Zendaya and the guy that plays Ned. They're best friends in real life. Like all the 3 of them, obviously Tom and Zendaya are together, but that kid who plays Ned is their best friends. They're always together. They're always doing stuff. So the writers were smart. They said, hey, let's key in on that, relationship and key in on that. They're going to act well together if we do that. And that to me was very special. But here's the other thing that's interesting is they're setting up the X-Men. This was a X-Men setup movie as much as it was a Peter Parker movie. And I don't know if Peter Parker can save Marvel Comics, but the X-Men can, in my opinion. If the X-Men, if the X-Men do well, and they do well in the movies, and then they say, you know what?
Translate to the comics.
Well, you don't know.
Though.
You don't know if they do it right, and it does translate to the comics, and they say, hey, we're actually going to, instead of I feel like whenever a new movie comes out, the comics are exactly opposite of what the movie is doing. You know what I mean? They're not in tandem at all. And if they figure out a way to do that stuff in tandem, it could be something special, because they need to reboot the X-Men. Whether that's
what DC dropped tomorrow?
What?
Clayface trade paperback. That goes over his goes over his origins in the trade paperback, which had been out of print. And now Clayface will be out in a month, and they got
DC's just killing it all across the board, bro. They're just killing it. They know, and I don't know, man. The X-Men. Here's the problem: the X-Men could save Marvel movies, but they need to get a couple shitheads off writing the X-Men.
Yes.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Agree.
And stop pushing all these new X-Men that nobody gives a shit about, and give us
DNX. You see that coming out? DNX.
That looks terrible too.
I don't know. We'll see.
The art looks cool, but I don't know.
I'm cautiously optimistic of every single X-Men thing that they do.
Is that like a ripoff of Degeneration X from wrestling?
No,
Maybe.
no. No, it's another virus. Like the how many times are we gonna have a virus?
Virus that
Legacy virus,
kills
this
mutants.
virus, that
Oh my
virus, another
God.
virus. Like it's
Well, I think it's the Beast. He becomes White Beast, and he's the villain.
90% and
Rotten
98.
Tomatoes.
I've never seen a
That's
movie like this.
Crazy.
Like that has a 90s and both, like the week it came out.
I didn't
And
see how
maybe I
much
just
money it
isn't
made.
looking, but that shit's like unbelievable to me.
Yeah, let me see how much it made. 360 million. 300.
Well, you know, as good as this movie was, this may have been Tom Holland's last movie as Spider-Man.
No,
standalone
he's
Spider-Man.
as a standalone.
He'll be there
yes.
for event. Yeah, as a standalone.
He's already.
I
he's
think
already
he'll do
signed
one in
on
the
to
black
the other
suit.
ones.
I think he'll do one in the black suit. He'll get the black suit in Secret
But, like,
Wars, and then he'll do a
as
black
good as this
suit.
one did. I mean, do you sign up and do another one? I mean, why?
Dude, this movie had the second
If it's a
biggest
challenge,
worldwide.
I think so.
The second biggest worldwide opening after Endgame.
Wow.
932 million dollars. Second largest worldwide opening in history behind Endgame.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies are back though. Like everybody been saying how dead they are. This whole year has been really good. I mean, there's still been flops, of course, but you know, that's
Supergirl. Sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't make the money it should, but I think that they
Supergirl
didn't prepare people for it.
It's
It didn't even make
amazing.
money. That's an understatement, bro. It didn't make the money to even pay for itself.
Yeah.
That's
horrible, man.
that's debatable. I mean, they'll always say it didn't make the money. I
To
know.
the internet.
Go to the chat GPT.
Yeah.
But
To the internet. No, I'm
but what
just
they
Googling.
say about marketing, you know, what the marketing budget is and what, you know, some things that they put in their accounting.
So
it makes
Brian
more money
Comics
than it
Garage
does.
says Holland said he will keep going until Marvel decides otherwise.
Till you're 90. Right from
But
Deadpool.
I mean, why stop? I mean, I get it. You can take a break. You just killed it. Yeah,
He's the
Dude,
best
take 2
Spider-Man to
years
me.
off.
He's the best Peter Parker. He's the best Spider-Man. He is like Hugh Jackman Wolverine to me. Like I don't see anybody else being Wolverine.
Like there's so much more opportunity.
Yeah, but you know that Hugh Jackman. I mean, it's good that Holland was in the Odyssey, but Hugh Jackman went and did all kinds of weird stuff to shake that whole comic book, you know, guy singing, you know, musicals and
which was
He
great,
came back
by the
as
way.
Wolverine.
he was great.
Like,
yeah,
Holland did
they-
musicals
Les
too.
Miserables.
Yeah.
Les
Yeah,
Miserables
no.
was awesome.
But like if he continues to do a Spider-Man movie a year, that can hurt your career.
Well, you're not going to do one a year. There's no way they're going to put out one every year.
That'd be
Once
nice.
Spider-Man, always Spider-Man. Look at Toby came back. Garfield
Yeah.
came back.
Yeah.
So Supergirl supposedly had a net budget between 170 and 186 million, with an estimated 120 million marketing spend.
Marketing spent. Yeah.
That's putting total projected studio losses past 125 million.
Yeah.
It grossed only 68 million worldwide in its opening weekend, and domestically only 37 million. So if you're just comparing these two superhero movies, 68 million worldwide to 936 million.
Billion.
Dude,
Might say
that's like,
billion. After this weekend's gonna be over $1 billion easily.
and another thing, like I've had people in my Whatnot shows asking for Spider-Man like crazy. They want Jean Grey.
Sure.
I had 4 people asking me for Jean Grey comics. I'm like, she doesn't really have her own comics. She had a little bit of a run, but she had it's X-Men.
Oh, X-Men.
Like, do you have any? And I'm like, kind of. Like, like they want Jean Grey centric comics, and it's like they're, you know,
There was
What-
the short run last year, the year before?
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're
And
doing
then
one
she had,
right
like
now.
a resurrection run.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's a good question, Brian. Like, well, like I guess one of the points of the show is like, does this movie help shops? Does it help people who do streaming, you know, online? Like, of
It
course
does.
right? I mean,
It does, but it doesn't help Marvel in Marvel Comics, in my opinion,
Yeah.
because
Nobody's signing up to read the new
You-
Amazing Spider-Man.
you
They
got
wanna
it.
know the Spider-Man that was in the movie.
you got it in
I
it.
mean, actually, the Spider-Man new releases is not bad. I don't know if y'all have read
It's
it. But
it's always
it's
very
not
mid.
bad. I mean, it's good.
It's okay.
I hate the whole Mary Jane stuff. I'm sorry. The whole Mary Jane stuff really
You see
threw
the
me
new
from
MJ's coming
Spider-Man.
out? It's tomorrow?
You mean
You
now
know?
that she's Venom
And
she's
she was with
actually,
that guy, that one other guy. It was so weird.
yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did.
There's
Yeah.
a new MJ coming out tomorrow, but all they're doing is just combining the different MJs.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a celebration 60 years of MJ or some shit. Yeah, I mean, good timing, honestly.
Right.
So good on Marvel for that.
I'm surprised it didn't have a J. Scott Campbell cover for the A cover just to sell a bunch of.
Would have
Did he?
sold a
I'm
billion
sure
of
he
them.
must have had one for his own shop. He must have done a.
Probably, yeah. I think he did. I
Yeah.
saw him post something like that.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, I think on the business side, the movies do help shops. It does help everybody, but I mean, what can they do on the comic side? Like, what is it?
They
Well,
just gotta have good
writers.
writers, man. Like
They switched up the editor in chief, and hopefully that will change things.
It'll-
It'll take 6 months, I guess, but to see
Does it
who
make
the
a
new
difference in
people are.
Marvel's moving to California now? I mean, what?
That's the end of
Yeah,
Marvel
that's
to
another
me in
part of
my
it.
head. I'll be honest. Like, it's kind of weird. I was listening to Rob Servations the other day, and Liefeld was talking about how, when you think of Marvel Comics, so much of that is New York.
New York City,
Hell's
yeah.
Kitchen, Daredevil, Spider-Man. Everything is New York City.
Punisher.
Stan Lee and Jack
Fantastic
Kirby.
Four.
Yeah, it's all New York. It's all old school New York, and it feels so weird to not have Marvel in New York. And
not West Coast Avengers.
it feels like the death of Marvel Comics to me. Like, it feels like the death nail is starting to be hit, right? And
Yeah.
I watched two people on one of the socials, might have been Instagram, might have been TikTok, saying they feel that by 2030 Marvel will only be online. They won't be publishing anymore.
They've been saying that
And I was
forever,
like,
bro. They've been saying that forever.
I could see it though.
I don't think it'll happen.
I think they would
really don't
license
think so.
out their characters before they did that, right?
Yeah, they'll always be in Marvel Comics in one form or another. We got to give this new editor-in-chief a chance to
Yep.
actually right the ship. Emmett is 100% correct. We're looking at least 6 months, at least, right? To get because these books are already finished 6 months out, at least 6 months out
Right.
before they even solicit them. So by the time he lets people finish their run, get some new people in there, have their big creative writers meeting, they just need, and again, the continuity is a problem for me. Like, I'm supposed to read Queen and Black and Avengers Armageddon and think that's both happening concurrently. Like, really? It makes no sense. And then Iron Man has his own thing. There's no,
So
we also
okay.
don't want an entire publishing line
Moon
of
Knight's
just
one of the best
crossovers.
things going right now.
Moon Knight is really good.
Yeah, it's much better than Daredevil. I think Daredevil was starting to.
I'm sure it's been good.
I liked it how it started, but it is starting to fade.
Emmett, I have restored faith in you, Emmett.
Dude, I gotta be honest. Like, I got integrity.
Yeah.
I liked it up until 4.
Queen in Black, I read it. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No,
It's not
The
bad.
customers signed up on it. They subscribed to it. So
I read issue 2. The tie-in's not bad. I like the Eddie Brock tie-in. I like the other tie-in. I just forgot the name of it. I'm behind on my reading this week. I try to read all the books that are coming out Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So something really funny,
people-
really quick. There's a comment that from Eggplant that says, "Death nail, it's death knell," and I thought to myself, let's find out what it is, because for me, I think that I always hear death knell, but I always thought it was somebody just pronouncing nail wrong, and I always thought it was like the final nail in the coffin type thing,
That's
So
Death Knell, isn't it?
it is death knell. The correct phrase is death
I thought Emmett did a
knell.
video on it.
Death nail is a common air that mixes up the sound of a funeral bell with the idiom about nail in the coffin. Why is knell?
So you're both right.
Yep. Death knell means the slow, solemn ringing of a bell to announce a death or an end, to sound the death knell. So, very interesting. That's what you get at Beyond
And
Wednesdays.
that's where for whom the bell tolls. That's
Yeah,
I was
there
going
you
to make
go.
a joke, say, for whom the death knells.
okay.
So one of the things that I love also about this movie is one of the things that Steven brought up, that he rented out the whole movie theater, brought everybody in the movie theater. That's one of the things. And then I love this post that Emmett put up where your local theater invited you to come down and set up. What a fucking cool moment that was, bro.
Yeah, it was. And they were a lot of fun. And they were like, going forward, whatever, you know, community stuff we can do together, we're going to do. So I said, listen, I can get DJs. I can do all kinds of stuff. And yeah.
God damn, party at the movie theater. Get some stripper poles out there. And
oh, I wish.
I mean, so you let people take pictures right there with Spidey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they had pizza and cake pops from 2 other businesses. So if you got a VIP pass, you could get that. And
so here's the question. I got 2 questions. One, did you hand out free books to people?
Yes. 250 of the Amazing Spider Friends from Free Comic Book Day. And then I had a bunch of 90s Spider-Man stuff I gave out.
Good.
Nice.
And the second, that's awesome. Second question, did you sell any books?
We did about $100.
Good.
Yeah, I sold 2 books off the wall, and then I sold. The best-selling thing was I had Marvel cards, the Spider-Man Gold Signature series. Do you remember that from like 94, 95?
No, but yeah.
It was just it was a Spider-Man set. It was a Fleer Ultra Spider-Man set, but then the gold series had like a gold signature of each of the names on it. They were the variant. I sold the hell out of those, $1 a piece, and I sold.
I remember those. Yeah,
a ton of them.
That's cool.
Probably half of the money was in those. Yeah.
As people come out of the movies, oh, let me buy some. I don't care what it is, just as long as it has Spider-Man on it.
And basically, it was to let people know we're there. You wouldn't believe how long you're in a place, and people still go, "How long have you been here?" "Oh, I never knew you were there." And you're like, 12 years, man. Like you've never walked the street.
Jay Carter Productions.
Obviously, you're on Google Maps, so.
Jay Carter Productions says Syndicate Comics did that too here at a movie tavern. They said it was really successful. If there's anybody else out there that knows any other retailers or shops that set up at a movie theater, let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear any other retailers that were doing that. I think that's awesome. The type of thing that is going to help grow this hobby more than not doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's how you connect people along with the comics or toys. I saw you had some collectibles. That's cool.
Yeah. And I did sell this. I had a Spider-Man toy there. It sold it was from Toy Biz or something like that.
We got those brand new day sold out in a day.
Yeah.
I got them in, gone. Dude, I didn't get a chance to enjoy
Who did you get them from?
Entertainment Earth.
Oh, okay.
Man, he is.
I'm gonna have to sign up with them. I can't get toys, man.
Dude, I mean, I'll send you my contact, my rep, and he puts me at the front of the line as long as I order a certain amount. But we're up 50% over last year on ordering toys. So
that's wild.
Tells me everything that is coming out new prior to release, and my name's already on it. So as soon as it hits, because I'm always busy, I always forget, and my name's already on it. I'll get an email confirmation, done.
Yeah, I thought I was buying toys from Lunar. They had this. We were having a summer ween, which was like Halloween in July. It's a thing that these cities have been doing. So I bought these, what I thought was Legos minifigures for Halloween, and they're puzzles.
Yes, my wife got one. I was like, "What is this?" She goes,
"There's no minifigure. There's no minifigure in it. It's a puzzle of a minifigure."
Yes.
They snookered me.
I didn't even say nothing. I was like, all right, it's all right.
I sold 2 though.
You know what?
It'll just take forever.
You know what was kind of interesting about this is there's so much hate for the brand new day era of the Spider-Man comics, right? And that Joe Quesada still gets so much hate over that, and the idea that no Peter Parker or Spider-Man fan wants Mary Jane and Peter to be married or to be together, right? And so they they ended that relationship, quote unquote, permanently through Brand New Day. And it was funny to watch this movie, and the whole movie is about them reconnecting, and it's the exact opposite of that editorial thought process back when Brand New Day came out. And Brand New Day is obviously considered one of the biggest, foobars of comics. And this kind of shows the opposite. And I would love to know what Joe Quesada thinks of the movie and that, that idea. And if he regrets, or if the people during that time period of working on the Marvel Comics at that time period regret making that decision, because a lot of people think that Spider-Man has never come out of that bad decision of breaking them up,
Yeah. And how long ago did Brand New Day come out? What? Early 2000s or so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was really into the other, because I'm always into I want to see progression in a character. I love that. And when Brand New Day came out, I stopped reading it completely. I probably didn't read comics for 4 years.
The other was cool when it first started. It didn't end good. You know what I mean? I felt like I loved that the way it started. And you're right, Emmett, this had a lot of that other stuff, him kind of becoming more of like an arachnid and evolving type thing, which was very interesting. But it's just sticking the landing is so hard for Marvel Comics. It's unreal how hard it is for them.
Yeah, that didn't follow that. That's good.
Well, I think that what's really hard for a writer, that they usually envision the arc's end and work backwards, and then they fill it in, and then if they need them to push it, they can put in filler. You'll see filler issues. I mean, we know when we get a filler issue, and it has nothing to do with what's been going on. It just keeps everything kind of going, and it doesn't really do much. But when they make them change the end, and everything they've been doing up until now is to get to that fucking end, and then they make them, we don't want that to happen. It just always ends really bad. It's the story just sucks. It's so hard to end correctly when everything you've been doing is to getting to the end you planned on, and then the editors go, we've had a change of plans. We want to take a different direction. It's not really the writer's fault a lot of times. It's the fucking editorial or corporation.
Yeah. Well, I hope that Marvel Comics realizes that they need to do something to, ride the wave of this win for Spider-Man. Because I don't think anything that they've done over the last, with Peter Parker Spider-Man, other than Ultimate Spider-Man, nothing has been good, in my opinion, with Peter Parker Spider-Man in the last 10 years.
Yeah, the beginning of Ultimate Spider-Man was good, and the end of Ultimate Spider-Man. The middle, nah.
And again,
that
Ultimate Spider-Man, we loved it so much because Peter had a family and he was with Mary Jane, right? And it goes to show you
raising mistakes.
And his kid is involved, and his kid gets the suit that turns out to be Venom, and his kids sneak around behind his back, so he's trying to manage being Spider-Man plus being a dad. It was awesome, but Emmett again said it perfect, because it was great in the beginning and great in the end, and the middle was like, meh.
So I've got this new story that popped up that I don't know much about, and I'm hoping that the people in the chat might be able to help us out. But Steven, are you a veteran? Are you military?
No, sir.
No.
Nope.
Okay, so we have two vets on the panel, in Emmett and Sean, and this was a very interesting thing that kind of popped up in my chats or my Instagram feed, and I don't know much about it. So again, I'm kind of opening this up without knowing a lot about backstory, but it brings into an interesting conversation. This was something put out by this IG post, Vaulted Valor. It says, It posts another post from a guy named Elijah Main that says, "I'll be selling all of my Dan Quintanas by the end of the week. If anyone is interested, I'll post a detailed list by the end of the week." And somebody responded to him saying, "You are the Quintana guy. Sad to see an era end, but I respect you for valuing yourself over whatever." And then so he posted this image, and then the text says, "You mess with one veteran, you mess with us all. Effective immediately, any and all Dan Quintana product in my inventory will be sold off on what may be the final show with Whatnot on August 7th, as I heavily look into transitioning to Cuckoo Live. Additionally, any DC Dan Quintana FOC orders for my shop are canceled immediately." And that's the big part that I want to talk about. "I cannot and will not support a creator, a platform, or entity that treats veterans or any paying customer the way Elijah Main was treated by Dan Quintana and Whatnot. Take a stand, fight for what's right, and stop getting pushed around by greed and fame." And this is such a crazy thing to put up that I want to know the backstory, but I also I have, some retailers here. I have 2 veteran retailers. And it's very interesting for him to say, if anybody asks for his, it sounds like he's saying right here, any Dan Quintana FOC orders from my shop are canceled immediately. That's a very interesting thing, position to take. And I do not know what he said yet. I don't know what happened yet, but to have that something happen so much that you're not going to give your customers what they ask for is a very interesting stance. So I would love to know first we don't know what happened yet, but I would love to know on the fact of, hey, this happened outside of my store, nothing to do with my store. I don't like the way he treated a veteran, so I'm not going to allow any of my customers to order any of his stuff. Any thoughts on that, Emmett or Sean?
If I knew what he did to it, he says Quintana and Whatnot.
Yes.
So is this the infamous Whatnot show where they sold them for so much money and did all the separate drops, creating the FOMO and all that, and maybe this guy paid an astronomical amount of money and then couldn't get his money back, or I'd have to know what it was about. But if I get a bigger, clearer thing, but everything he's saying there is things I've been saying about other stuff all along. It's not about fame or he's doing the right thing. So, I mean, I don't buy or bring in a lot of his stuff. I mean, I did the A. Did he do an A cover recently or a B cover or something like that? B cover. I brought that stuff in because I had requests for it, but I already don't I brought no Comicsgate stuff in when I had customers that wanted it. So I already do that, and everybody says that's terrible business, but it's my business, so I get to do what I want. It's like going into a Chinese restaurant and going, I want steak and potatoes. I carry what I want.
No one thing will make or break you unless you're not carrying Absolute Batman.
True. Someone put on the comments that they've asked, but he keeps saying it's not his to talk about. But
I just sent him a message too, asking him what's up. That's a hell of a stance to take, and good for him.
He's even leaving Whatnot over it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where how much can you blame the platform or the people on the platform? I've kind of said this a lot. People bitch about Whatnot and scammy things on Whatnot. There have been 400 million times more scammy people on eBay than there has on Whatnot over time. But
just because eBay's been around a lot longer.
Yeah, and before eBay is the eBay and it still has problems, don't get me wrong, but there were way less rules in place when eBay was first getting started, and now
but people have pointed it out to Whatnot, and Whatnot refused for a long time to even acknowledge any of it.
Maybe not. It just depends. It depends on what you're talking about specifically. But if you want to compare, it's just like I always say too, McDonald's can F up your order 50 times, but you still go back. But a small business makes one mistake and you're never go to that guy ever again. Screw him. But, a fast food place mess up your order or Walmart screws something up, you still go there. It's just one of those things where Whatnots is easy to target them, but they provide the platform and the service. If someone's doing something scammy on there that isn't against the rules, like charging too much for a comic, who's Whatnot to be like, are they going to be DC? Hold on, you can't charge this much for a comic book. Like, people are going to bid it up. That's what it bids to,
They folded on that anyway right away. So
here's a comment right here from Nas. He says, in the comments, it looks like someone bought a $5,000 Absolute Batman 16 and then Heavy Mental canceled the sale. I could be reading the comments wrong. That's interesting.
Why would they cancel the sale?
9 Mil Norm says he defended Heavy Mental, saying they were not at fault. He said he won an auction that was canceled, a $5,000 book. Yeah, it's very interesting.
No, you're TJ. You're right. I say Semper Fi, by the way, TJ. And yeah, it's just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you're right. There's a lot of idiot veterans out there.
Yeah.
But it just depends. Again, what happened? Like, did they cancel the 5K sale? Why? Because they went and sold it for 10K later. I mean, that's kind of douchey. That happens on eBay, by the way, all the time.
I think it's kind of shitty to
I agree with that.
To put out a post saying that all that this guy said, and then when people said, "Oh, give us some context," he said, "It's not my story to tell." Well, if it's not your story to tell, don't put out the fucking post in the beginning. Yeah,
you got to give us some context because people are going to ask, obviously.
Yeah,
of course.
So I just that's just very weird to me, and most comic shop comic shop owners and retailers out there that I've talked to over the years, it's been more about giving the customer what they want over what your opinions are, right? The customer is always right. It's best to like I remember Jesse always saying, like, hey, if a customer asks me for an AI generated book or ask me for a comic book that has an AI generated cover, I'm gonna get it to them because they're asking for it, which is a very interesting take. But again, that goes to the whole thing, like the customer, I'm giving the customer what they want. It's also feels like a kind of a fine line to walk as well.
There's a difference between getting them a cover that may be an AI generated and actually producing the AI generated stuff.
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
100%.
We could talk all day about that kind of shit, obviously, right? I just need more context.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my first instinct is I always want to support the veteran, obviously, first, but I always want to know, like, I'll be like, yeah, that's bullshit. And I'll be like, hey, bro, what happened? I really need to know what happened.
Yeah.
It kind of like, if you're out somewhere with your wife and you're always going to stick up for your wife and you chew her out in the car later. Right. Yeah. Don't act crazy in public. So I just need more context. But yeah, I mean, more about that. Yeah, man. I mean, in the comments, a couple guys said on that post too that when Quintana, and I said that I've been saying this forever. People blame Heavy Mental for what happened, but Quintana sat there with his head down, acting like he was oblivious while those books were selling for whatever price.
He knew,
knowing the incremental sales were happening and the, dropping for more money as they go. Yeah, all that bullshit. He was just sitting there ignoring it, playing dumb. So whatever. Plus, never forget, because us non-creatives don't understand what he's talking about anyway. His Instagram post. It's about the art, man. The art. Okay, well then don't sell your original art for a sketch for $16,000 to Mr. Pays Too Much.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Anyway, don't get me started, man. Too late.
I paid $16,000 for a Jack Kirby or a Steve Ditko, but not for
I just can't wait. I mean, okay,
hard to find one at that price.
This is gonna sound shitty because I love Absolute Batman. Like, I am such a fan of the series. It's quickly becoming my favorite Batman series of all time, which is blasphemy because Dark Knight Returns is probably the second best comic ever created, in my opinion, after Watchmen. But it's quickly become my favorite one. But I can't wait for some of this hype to die down, so some of these guys will come down off their high horses, Mayhew and Brooks and Quintana, and some of these guys that happen to land these covers, and they're selling trade. Yeah, they're going to have to come crawling back to us lowly retailers and non-creatives to help them sell comic books because their fancy whatnot shows are drying up.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right, Sean. Eventually, it's going to die down. It's going to dry up a bit. People are going to jump onto other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? What's next? I mean, they're all tied up with DC.
Well, what happens when 4 new kids come in and can do it faster and better, and people are wanting to buy their covers?
Yeah. And that's, you have to, I mean, the comic book industry it should be fun, at the same time as a business, should make money. Like, but you always got to have those certain people, like some of these guys. Like, I don't care about all of y'all. This is all on us. Even though not one of them created Absolute Batman.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, these guys, like Sean, whenever this happens, when these books start to die down, we got to do an episode. Right? Of all the comments and all the stuff that was said during all that, and the after.
Well, I think they're in a different business, man. They've commodified comics into just their cover,
kind of like it's they created it, right? That's what it seems like.
Well, and it's a commodity that they're now selling. That's just their cover. That's all they're selling. The rest of it's people already want, right? So it's not like they've created something that's new. It's just a new cover on an old book.
Like, what else are they working on? I don't see anything else by Quintana. I don't see anything. Who's the other guy? Mike Mayhew.
Quintana's did a couple mid. He's in a couple mid other covers.
They're making hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, they did a couple other covers. He did like a Berserker for a con and some other exclusive had come out. But I just I see some people it's like the Kardashians. They're popular just because they're popular. They're famous for being famous. Mm-hmm. I think Quintana is more popular just because he's popular. Don't get me wrong, his art is very good.
Yep.
And he's probably a top 10 artist right now, as far as producing art, not just popularity, producing art. He's easily a top 10, but he's not the be all end all comic book Jesus where stuff needs to be selling like it is. That's just my opinion.
Controversy also does sell stuff because there's a story attached to it.
Yeah.
Remember that list we saw? Quintana wasn't on there. Remember, right? Was he on there?
Oh, that one he's not nominated for he's not nominated for a Ringo Award. We want a good segue into that shit. I got no problem shitting all over that.
I got the new one out. The new one's about to come out tomorrow. I didn't see him on there.
So
flip to the back.
What?
On that one comics preview, I don't see him on there. It comes out. There's a new one out this week.
Yeah, the new comics preview is out tomorrow. Yeah.
New comics
for
preview.
DC Connect.
Remember where we flipped that DC Connect? Or remember that one where you flip through the back and it shows the top 10?
Comics Magazine?
Comics Magazine.
Oh, Comics
Magazine.
Magazine.
Comics Magazine.
Well, we could have a whole nother episode about that.
Yeah. They're going to come on. Gabe and Adam are going to come on the show. I talked to them about Comics and Magazine.
Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So are they going to send us back issues so we can catch up?
I got them all. I'll send it to you.
We should make our own top 10 list and compare.
Oh, bro, we have many. Me and Kyle have we have our top 10 must read books, top 10 artists, top 10. I suck at making videos about them because I'm too busy.
I think
But
from
anyway.
the way that I had multiple conversations with Gabe and Adam in San Diego, and I think for the most part, it felt like they are open to constructive criticism. And
Dude.
you know, I said to them the things that I felt were wrong with the thing, but I also told them the things that I liked about it. You know, like again, there's ways to go into have conversations with people. Like if you're gonna immediately just tell them that it sucks and if you know if, yada yada yada, like are they gonna be willing to
Yeah,
have that
that's not
conversation?
constructive.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks for nothing.
yeah,
Your book
Yeah.
sucks, man. Thanks.
yeah,
Appreciate
Yeah.
the feedback.
Yeah.
You know, just like in the military, we used to say, don't complain about something unless you have a solution.
Solution.
yeah. I'll be
Oh
right
yeah,
back.
man.
Uh-huh.
That was a big one. Oh,
Yeah,
while Brian's gone, before we segue into something else, I just wanted to talk about my crash out from last week.
you crashed out?
Yeah, I got a little perturbed about something and then crashed out. So somebody had some things to say about it. That one, I was Dennis 2.0. Well, to that I'd like to say that would mean I'm better than Dennis, and that's an impossibility because Dennis is. If you run to give me a burn, you should have said something like I was a cheap Chinese knockoff Dennis. That would have been much sharper. I think people didn't understand. They thought I'm mad at Bowler Jack. I'm not. I'm never mad at scumbags. Scumbags do scumbag shit. I'm mad at everybody for not giving a shit. That's what makes me crash out.
I think I don't remember you crashing out. I remember you being very passionate.
Yeah.
And
Well,
bro,
people called it crashing out, which is it's okay. It was a little crashy outy.
But dude,
Okay, so what did I wait? I just missed this part. Let's.
You didn't have a cigar in your mouth, did you?
Yeah, I missed
we're talking
something. What?
shit about you. Sorry.
Yeah. So Emmett, you were mentioning the comments on last week's episode. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right, let me bring up those comments so people know what we're talking about. And I don't think that they're as bad as you think, but
I don't think
also,
they're bad.
But I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say what I mean by that.
I love
is,
that Timu Dennis.
Yeah, that's
what I mean by that is like, and I say this all the time. It's one thing to have a feeling about something, but when you're in the crosshairs, it's different, you know. So,
all
right, let's go to here. Let's go to comments.
I shouldn't type that. I won't type. I almost typed Dennis as a Timu retailer, but I won't say that. That'd be rude. Stirring the pot.
All right, let's see here. All right, here we go. I know, is this one of them? I know that pretty much the most talked about incident amongst the industry outsiders was Adam Freeman, the founder of. No, that's not it.
It starts out.
Right here. Emmett going the way of Dennis, digging in super hard and getting super mad and looking ignorant because of a refusal to see there is another side to something. Having certainty is a sure way to be wrong, especially when you weren't there. And then a person put in there, Emmett is becoming Dennis 2.0. Another person put, Emmett should reach out to Adam Freeman, who has an open door policy for any retailer that is overwhelmed or struggling. And let's remind everybody what this is about. This is about the whole Bowler Jack movie, and the Stan Lee documentary. This was another one where Emmett is becoming Dennis 2.0, and then Comic Book Money responded, nah, these guys have been in the game a lot longer. Maybe to have such a strong opinion is maybe they know something more than what's in the movie or what's most preserved. Ever think of that? So I'm going to ask, do you know anything about this guy? Do you have anything that you know about that's not in the movie or what's most?
Well, I know how people choose to use their words. So when people say he spoke to the police, that means he didn't contact the police. It means when the police showed up, he spoke to them. If he had video, he could have provided the video. Since I spent 27 years with 911 and worked very closely with the police on a lot of investigations, providing audio recordings and other stuff for investigations, and my time in the service, where that's some of the work that I did there too. When people choose to say things certain ways, it's because they want to make it sound like something was done when it wasn't.
Who said he spoke to police?
When we were the first time we talked about it, you said
it.
That the
I didn't say
you
he
said
spoke
that
to police. I said he contacted
FBI
the police and FBI. Yeah.
the contact of the police and FBI,
Mm-hmm.
and that was in the movie.
Yes, and he showed him. He showed the moments where the police came to talk to Stan after they had contacted the police, and he actually showed the moment where the police came in. They talked to Stan. Even the security guards and John were there, obviously, and his handler at the time.
Because usually for I'm surprised because usually for elder abuse, because I've had these cases come through, it just takes corroboration, because elderly people are sometimes not aware of their state.
And you could
and
tell
what's happening to them.
Stan was not aware. But that this is what I meant by that, and this is why I think that I really think you should see the movie, Emmett, because again, if you have these same sentiments after watching the movie, fine, but not having seen the movie and not knowing what happened, or at least what was shown in the movie to have happened, it's kind of like what that guy said, like, I could, or it's kind of like with the whole thing with the guy with Quintana, like, oh, I know what happened, but I'm not going to share it. It's kind of, you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, do you know what happened?
I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Emmett. I don't want to speak for you, but I think I understand both sides of this, where Emmett is basically like, look, Emmett's been in the movie world a little bit, right? And he's like, look, you can make any narrative with editing.
Yeah.
You can make any narrative you want to. So he's like, this is edited to make it look how he chose to make it look. But I think the problem here is we don't know how he chose to make it look. We don't know what we're assuming his motivation is to make him look like the shining good guy and everyone else like the bad guy. We're assuming that, right? But we don't know because I haven't seen it yet either, right? So I need to see it. I've kept saying that I need to see it before I make any
Well,
judgments
let me
about
ask
it.
you
And
guys
really,
this: if I sent you the movie to watch, would you guys watch it?
oh yeah, of course. I just
Emmett?
haven't. I keep forgetting about it.
Would you watch
I
it?
have to watch House
I
of
would
Dragons.
watch it. I mean, we've all seen documentaries, right?
We'll
And
EFAP it.
I'd have to think about it really hard.
we've all watched
really have-
documentaries. I think
yeah.
this one
Let's do it right
hits a
now.
little differently because it's Stan Lee, right? And and we're comic guys, and that's why it's different. Like I'll go watch a documentary right now. It has nothing to do with me or nothing that kind of ties me into anything with it. But this one does, and I get it.
Are you
Perspective
afraid
is-
to change that? It would change your opinion? Emmett?
No, that's. I don't have any fear of that, because he does hold some influence in the comic industry. He does hold some influence, and I think that is what is influenced a lot of people's feelings about it and how it's been put through.
So, how much influence does he? I agree, he has some, right? Like I know he's a guy to do a couple things with. I won't talk specifically about it, but
He's
a
just
guy
a
that can make
retailer.
Yeah,
Influence.
he's a retailer.
What do you mean by
He-
influence? He has in my opinion, he has as much influence as you have, Emmett, as being a retailer.
Oh no! Oh
Oh.
no! Who's he married to?
I believe, I don't know if he's married, but I believe he is. His partner is Todd McFarlane's assistant.
Oh, okay. I don't have any connection like that.
Well, you're friends with Scott Snyder.
Your nephew is a writer in the comic industry.
Yeah, but they don't have the sway that Todd has.
Scott has as much sway, if not more, right now than Todd.
Yeah, but I would never ask a friend to speak
But
on
everyone
my
has-
behalf.
Todd isn't in the movie.
No, but he did speak on the behalf. He said that he thought that the movie was good, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know if he said he thought the movie was good, but I know he did say that he knew John or something like that. We'd have to go and look,
I mean,
but he isn't in the movie.
So everyone has influence in their sphere.
Right.
And if their sphere doesn't touch your sphere, then who gives a shit?
Well,
right?
I know that's why I can say, like, I don't care who says it's a good movie, bad movie.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say Todd McFarlane, his wife told Todd that I was a giant asshole, which is probably true. That's fine. But if Todd thought Sean Hadashkin and Comic Suite were assholes, that has zero impact on my life. I can still order Spawn through Image. It's not like I'm going to not be able to do Spawn exclusives. Nobody does. It's not like I'm going to be blacklisted from getting a line to buy exclusives at a convention. I'm not blacklisted from panels. Like, what does that do to me? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know,
it
it's
doesn't do
like you said, it's a
anything to me
documentary.
because this dude. Let's just say I hate the documentary and I think he's an asshole. I don't, but let's just say I did. And he tells his wife that, and his wife tells Todd that. What does that do? You know what I mean?
No, I think that that people are not questioning hard enough the part he played in that.
Who played?
Right.
Who played?
The guy, Bowler Jack.
But we don't really know what he played,
part,
though.
The part he played in what?
In everything that went on, and not providing the abuse. But see, I mean, I'm called an odd bird all the time because I have very strict railings. And I think, you know, you say he contacted the police, but we also say that there's video proof of abuse in the documentary. Well, if he had that and he called the police and the FBI, they didn't look at his video proof.
I don't know about that. What? Say that again, Steven?
You've already seen it, Brian?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
I'll reach out. I'll reach out to John and ask him if I could, you know, send you guys links. If not, I'll pay for you guys to watch it. You know what I mean? Like,
you said it's on Amazon or something.
It's on Amazon and Hulu, I think, and
yeah,
Tubi.
I just gotta search for it.
Yeah,
I just caught up on X-Men '97 and House of the Dragon. So
X-Men '97 was great.
97.
Yeah,
X-Men '97 is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Project Runway new season every Friday night.
All right. Speaking of lawsuits and the law, big information. Another lawsuit heading PSA's way. So you have the huge monopoly lawsuit that's going on. Now they're hitting them with a fraud lawsuit. Very
Under
interesting.
the RICO Act.
Yeah. Very interesting
RICO
case. Emmett, you've done a little looking into this. Can you explain the lawsuit?
So I guess I don't know if it's the vice president or somebody in the high up in the corporation has a Mickey Mantle
53 tops.
52 tops.
Yeah, 52
and
tops, yeah.
Supposedly they say that they've been making sure that the population for the grade that he has does not go up so that it doesn't increase the number of, I think it's a 9. So that the value won't go down of his card. So basically price fixing.
That's so weird.
It sounds like what's going on is so it doesn't center around the 52 tops is what they're saying, but it's one of the examples. In connection with the complaint is a 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle owned by Marshall Fogel, who is a big collector. And social media posts have mistakenly called it the 52 tops mantle, which has caused some confusion. It says in the story, but Basically, the plaintiff says, according to the complaint, the collector owned what he believed was a virtually flawless 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle that had already received a Gem Mint 10 from SGC. He then submitted the card to PSA through its crossover service, hoping PSA would also assign it a PSA 10. Instead, PSA declined to cross it into a PSA 10 and returned it without the matching grade. The lawsuit argues that PSA advertises grading as objective, consistent, and based on uniform standards, and the plaintiff says the example shows the opposite. Their argument is if one of the finest Mickey Mantle cards in existence can receive different opinions from different grading companies, and even after being examined by experts, then PSA's claims of objectivity and consistency in grading are misleading. And that allegation is one of the foundations for the claims of deceptive marketing and fraud. So,
especially since they own SGC.
Yes. Yeah.
So kind of defeats purpose.
It's what we've been saying forever, but everybody's like, "Oh, we're all making money on it," so everybody just shut up and keep doing it.
All right, send it back again.
Yeah,
send it back till they give you a 10.
The grading world, especially in comics, is so it's so tough. But in cards, you would think that it wouldn't be as tough, and it wouldn't be as quote unquote objective. Like card grading should be based on centering, the look of the card, any damage, that type of shit. But it shouldn't. There should be no objective when you're grading a book or grading anything. It shouldn't be objective. It should be based on what your rules of grading are, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is also that they're going through this monopoly lawsuit at the same time, right? Which is a big deal. There's an antitrust monopoly class action lawsuit that was filed in April. And a guy out of Arizona is one of the guys that's doing it. And this could have the biggest long-term impact on not only the grading industry, but the card industry, right? So
I think he has a better case. He has a better case for the monopoly than he does the card grading.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then all they'd have to do is spin out either Beckett or SGC, and then prop them up, so that they wouldn't go out of business. And as long as they're spun out in a separate company, and they at least do probably a 25 to 30% of them have a market share of somewhere in the 25%.
They'll just lobby someone in Congress and it'll all go away.
Well, they're basically, saying that they've eliminated meaningful competition. They've raised prices, increased turnaround times, reduced quality in the service, shifted resources away from SGC towards PSA, which that's what monopolies do, right? Made it harder for collectors to choose alternatives. But I will say this: I've seen quite a few posts lately of people refusing to send stuff to CGC and now sending it not PSA, refusing to send stuff to PSA and now sending to CGC for card grading, which is very interesting.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Cases look pretty good.
Yeah, but once you start to see the sales of CGC Sports, I mean, CGC Sports cards get no respect.
But because you can't get cards graded by any other grader, it would be interesting to see if they start gaining more respect, right? We're being forced to show them respect because there's no other grader available to grade your cards.
Right. Yeah, they've gotten rid of bulk. So now businesses, it's very difficult. Imagine if you had sent in 1,000 cards as a card store. You sent in 1,000 cards last year, and now it's there's a 6 million or 10 million, however many million they think is backlogged, and you have an investment in that. And you're never going to be able to get the return on it until you get those cards back. I mean, you might start seeing a lot more lawsuits and them holding cards for ransom when they say, "Oh, this card reached this level, and now you got to pay me a surcharge to get your card back."
But you agree to those terms when you submit it, so I don't know if they have so much of a case there. But I don't know. We'll see. I think he does have a better case. The dude with the better case of the monopoly for sure. But this takes what, months and months to play out?
Oh, years
longer.
Like years. Yeah.
They're asking for $3 billion. It's going to take forever.
Well,
yeah, that's crazy.
It's very
like 3
interesting
Spider-Man movies.
because, the National just happened, and TJ put up this comment. He said, there's a story that a guy paid thousands at the National, and then they had refused to do on-site grading, and then upcharged him for the card and didn't credit him to overcharge for the on-site grading. So basically what happened at the National, if you guys don't know the National, one of the best things about the National is you can go with cards there in hand, give them to PSA, and by the end of the convention, you could pick up your cards. Well, they got so many, and you guys remember, at the same time that they're saying they'll do on-site grading at the National, they've got an 11 million, 12 million card backlog, and they're refusing. So they fucked up by just saying that they were going to do cards at the National. So they should have said, hey, due to what's going on with grading right now in the backlog, it's not fair for us to do on-site grading when we have this backlog. They should have said that first of all.
But the cash flow. But
here's the problem. Even with the cash flow, they had to shut it down, and they got bad press out of it. So they had so many people come in to do cards that they shut down on-site grading, I think the first day in, which, like, again, this is just goes to show you, and you're right when you say cash flow, Emmett, that once money's involved, people's fucking brains go out the fucking window, man.
Yeah.
People will not stand on their what is it, laurels. They will not stand on
laurels.
Yeah. So when money's involved, you can be this staunch type of person in this situation, but hey, there's a chance you could make a couple $1,000. You're gonna a lot of people will change their perspective on that situation because money's involved. And
Scarface, see that money machine counting, you play that music.
Yep, totally. Yeah, the spice must flow. Eggplant says the spice must flow. That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
well, I always said that money shows people's true character, whether you have it or don't have it. When you don't have money, your true character comes out, and if you do have money, your character comes out. So I've seen it go both ways. I've seen broke people start stealing and lying and conniving and backstabbing, and I've seen rich ass people do the same shit because all of a sudden they're holier than thou and they think they can get away with it and they're untouchable because they got a little bit of money.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, you're right. Did you guys happen to see this yet? Speaking of grading.
No, I did not.
Is that Nerdy Girl?
That is Nerdy Girl. And
she get a sealed Zelda?
No. Carl Jobst, the guy who put out the video about the fuckery going on with grading video games back in the day. That was such a big Carl Jobst is one of the biggest influencers on YouTube. He put out a post talking about how quote unquote Nerdy Girl lost $400,000 on a single video game, 191,000 views. Let's go take a look here. Let's go to YouTube and let's take a look. See if we can. There we go. Look at that. Oh boy. 370,000 views on this video already. Let's take a look at what they say. I'll speed it up a little bit.
Someday. You heard me say it. I'll say it 100 times over. This should have gone. Like, I'm ecstatic.
Hello, you absolute legends. Over 5 years ago, back in August 2021, I released a video titled Exposing Fraud and Deception in the Retro Video Game Market. This was right at the very peak of the speculative bubble that had formed around sealed video games. The reason I even started looking into the sealed video game market was because I had seen news that a Super Mario 64 had sold for $1.5 million. This made absolutely no sense to me, because just a few years earlier, this game would have been lucky to have been sold for just a few grand. This is an increase in value of around 50,000% in just a few years. And Super Mario 64 is the highest selling game on the Nintendo 64. Hardly a rarity. In my video, I called out the fact very directly that this was a bubble and it was going to burst. The retro video game bubble cannot go on forever. At some point, it will burst. The question is when. What's interesting is that while the general public saw this for what it was, an artificially created speculative bubble manipulated by people with a lot of control and money, there were some people who disagreed. And coincidentally, the people that disagreed tended to own sealed video games, and most of them had expressed the fact that they wanted the cost of their video games to go up. Surely their vested interest in the price of their games wasn't clouding their judgment. They even attacked me, saying that I was lying about the market just for money and clout. But as it turned
exactly what I was just talking about. Once there's money involved, and that money, it can be yours, you know, depending on how things work out. You know, you gotta be
Now
be
that's
careful.
a shill. Those
Right?
guys are shills right there.
Yeah,
That's
but
the real definition.
you know who's deep in bed with this is the big auction houses.
Yep.
Heritage and
Metropolis.
Golden and
Yep.
Metropolis.
Yep.
out, I was 100% correct. The market was in a speculative bubble, and it ended up crashing. Many people lost hundreds of thousands of dollars buying up these games. Some people lost over $1 million. And while most of the people who lost money will be forever anonymous because auction houses don't release details, in early 2022, two people made a video announcing that they had just bought a game. It was a first print version of the original Legend of Zelda for the NES, and it cost them $600,000. The video is pretty crazy for multiple reasons. They spend the entire time essentially bragging about how much money they're going to make. But in a shocking twist that no one could have predicted, their game is now worth less than half of what they bought it for, and they've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, we're going to take a look at some of their video because it is extremely enlightening. You're about to hear from someone who spent over $500,000 on a video game they've probably never even played. I really
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And again, you know, we've seen situations like this before. As a matter of fact, I had shout out to Mickey Swagglehouse. He came on because he had a guy from the manga world call him out for shilling that got, you know, 100,000 views on it. This video in one day has got 370,000 views, and it paints Nerdy Girl in a horrible way. I mean, it does not make her look good. I'll just say that. And it does not make the grading video game world look good. I haven't seen if Nerdy Girl has responded to this. Other than there has been some posts on Instagram that she has responded to. One of those being one of the angriest men in collecting, who I actually like. I think he's a good dude. Fucking Rad put out a post on this, and she responded to him, "Love that I stay so rent-free in your head," and continues to just argue with him. Now, she would have been so much better off not saying anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Caught the bait.
Yeah, she exactly she did. He put out the bait and she fucking chomped down on it. And
did she really pay $500K for that game? A great game.
She split it with the guy. Yeah.
They paid 600, bro. Mm-hmm.
Market research.
Played Zelda. Come on, man.
I would love to have Danielle
come out in. What year was Zelda come out?
Yeah, she would come on the show, wouldn't she? Well, I don't know if she talked about this.
Danielle, if you're watching, I would love to have you come on and talk about this whole situation. Again, I think that I just said she would be better off not saying anything. But if she is going to say anything, do it on a show like this where people can see you're human rather than reading your text. You can
talk and not just comment. Yeah, exactly, yes. Brian. Exactly.
Yeah. They're not reading a text and they're not putting emotion on your text that might not have been there when you wrote the text. She would be much better off doing a video about it, be willing to, be asked tough questions, and it would help her so much more. If she's okay and cool and collective under, the asking of those questions.
Do you know the girls that draw out their conversations and sentences like this when they talk? That's totally Nerdy Girl. She talks like that. Like, this is just how I talk. And
she's got the Valley Girl
I like Danielle.
Accent.
Danielle's really cool, and I'm just kind of poking fun at her right now, and I do this to her also if she was in front of me, but she just draws out the talk like that. I can only short doses sometimes. I'm like, why are you talking like that?
Who was it that put out that Valley Girl? Frank Zappa's daughter, right? Put out the Valley Girl. Yeah. So
remember that there's a clip of some dude, I can't remember what show it's from. He goes to order coffee And she's like, "You want a frappe?" And he's like, "I want a frappe." And she's like, "That's how I talk." And she's like, "No, that's not how you talk." Like, and then at the end, she's like, "You're an asshole." And she's like, "There it is. Now you're talking real."
How many comic books I would have bought with that money? Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that she was very big into, was the video. She was one of the first people that was involved in that, you know, like big jump in grading video games and buying and flipping graded video games. That was a big part of, you know, her introduction to the collectible world. And I think
she's been in.
Go ahead.
Well, what year did Zelda
No,
come out?
she's been in a couple wrong places at the wrong time.
Yeah, she has.
She's had some bad luck in her career. I think she's a nice girl.
Acetate Gate.
She's a hustler. Yeah, she was right there, right in the middle of Acetate Gate. That poor girl.
She is a hustler. She's hustling her ass off. That's for sure.
She's a hustler, man. She works her ass off. She's very smart about what she does and how she does it. She does know her nerdy stuff. She knows her comics. She knows her games. She knows graded books, old school books. She knows her stuff. She's had some very, very big books pass through her hands. So it's easy to poke fun at people, right? But she's probably handled books that, you know, people rarely get to handle some of these big books, you know. So, and yeah, that was Loudermilk, the Loudermilk scene.
Official Music Pub said she said she barely survived Acetate Gate in her post. Yeah, I mean, that was I remember talking to her about that one year at San Diego, and that was a big deal for her.
And really, she was just in line. She was just in line to get the books. She happened to buy a shit ton of them without knowing any better. Almost immediately after she bought them and was selling a couple of them, the shit hit the fan. And I would have been the same way. If I was in line, I was in the same line, bro. I was in the same line. I was like, "What are you guys waiting for?" We're waiting for this book. I went and looked. I'm Dennis now telling the story no one gives a shit about, right? I went and got in line. I went to the front and kind of looked. I was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is all bad." I was like, "I'm out of here." I was like, "I want nothing to do with this." And they were already graded 9.8. I was like, "This is so bad." And I saw a couple dudes I knew, and I was like, "I'm fucking out of here, bro. You should too." But you know, not mad at her. She just
shout out to Music Pub for dropping this. This is her response. She put this up on her Facebook. Unfucking bothered. Let me get rid of this.
Say it in her accent.
I don't know how to do it. Can you do it for me,
Brian?
Unfucking bothered.
Thank you.
Yes, I've seen the new video. Yeah, I'll people want to shoot myself in the face if I say that the whole video.
I know, right? Yes, I've seen the new video. Thoughts? It's lame as fuck. Pulling a 5-year-old video for clickbait on a video game that hasn't been sold. In case you haven't noticed, I've stayed in my own lane. Mind my own damn business while I'm building something I'm proud of by myself. Find something else to talk about. I fucking survived Acetate Gate, barely. Nothing will bring me down after that bullshit. If you aren't here for anything good, then disrespectfully fuck off and feel free to use that unfollow button. Here for good times, chaos, and comic books. Share the post and tell your friends to follow me too. My birthday is next week, so stay tuned for the giveaway. I appreciate everyone that rocks with me, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I know I don't get to do this without you and your support. You aren't the ones this is directed to. So
okay, low cut or tube top? Oh, neither. Oh,
neither.
Look at that.
Hey, Sean, can you say "fuck off" in her voice?
Oh my God, fuck off.
But there's a couple of things that she says in that post that is very interesting. She has built her own lane, and she has built it herself. I know a lot of people give her shit because they say, no, she didn't build it herself. Her and her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband did all the work, and she built it off of that. Well, I don't know, man. Since she's been not with him, as far as I can tell, she has built something pretty damn awesome. I know she's in a new relationship. She's happy. She ended up buying a house. She's built.
She was able to spend $300,000 on that game.
Yeah.
If she
yeah.
split it 50-50, doing pretty good.
Working capital loans are a good thing.
Yeah, they can
speculating,
be. I hope that.
speculating.
Yeah. And the game has not sold yet. That's right. So,
On to it. Send it a PSA.
Her post honestly was perfect. Her post was perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Like, I don't give a shit what you guys say. Talk shit. You can't hurt me. I've already been through worse. Basically, fuck all you guys.
Yeah.
Like, good for her. 100% good for her.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, we've always spent a lot of money on shit that never pans out. You know, we've all done that.
Yeah, we've all done stupid shit like that.
I'm constantly
we've all
doing
spent
that.
$300,000 on shit that it doesn't pan out.
I have a warehouse full of stuff nobody can see. I haven't sold one piece of clothing, and I have over 1,000 pieces of clothing. So
you just got to model them, Emmett.
Get them socks on.
Do you sell those hubcaps yet?
It's nerdy M.
Yes. Yeah, all those hubcaps. The hubcaps move anywhere. Those hubcaps.
I have been selling hubcaps because only full sets sell though.
Oh, well, you have to have all four.
Spider-Man with the hubcaps.
Yeah.
I'm actually missing a hubcap for my van, so I may need to drive to New Jersey, or I'm sorry, New York, and get a.
Yep. If you get to Jersey, we're right next door, so right there.
Cool.
All right. Another big part of this last week was the Queen in Black blind bags.
Oh yeah.
Sold
and
out, man.
I'll explain why I'm showing this video in a second here, but I want to talk to the retailers that has been selling them. Starting with Sean, what was your experience with the Queen in Black blind bags been like?
Fantastic. It was a fun opening them because none of the covers were A, B, or C covers, which is great. My Whatnot streamers had a blast opening them on a show. We had a blast opening them on a show. We actually got two hits of sketches. I'll send them to you right now on Instagram.
Okay.
There's one and I don't know where the other one went. But yeah, we got two hits, which is really cool. And yeah, it's so fun when you get that like virgin variant. You're like, oh, you got a virgin variant. It was awesome. They couldn't have done it. They couldn't have done it any better.
Colored his. That's awesome.
Yeah. Damn it, I can't find the other one they sent me. But anyway, yeah, we got two hits of sketches, lots of other hits, the foils and the virgins. I did notice that in the case I was opening myself, I got the same Art Germ Virgin and foil back to back. Like every 15, I'd have the Art Germ Virgin and the foil, and then 15 Art Germ Virgin and the foil. And I was kind of like, eh. But it's pretty good collation. Yeah, the Nakayama cover was fantastic.
Yep.
I can see why they saved that swimsuit cover for, like, that's the sexiest swimsuit cover of all the swimsuit ones they've done. And they saved it for the blind bag, which is a great choice. They allowed David to show a lot of skin on the cover, which is rare for Marvel. That was cool.
Well, they pushed it back because
a few times
they saw the drawback of the fallout of the Doom blind bags, which were
there's a hit right there.
No.
Man,
that's Music Pub, right?
Yep.
Amazing Comics.
Nice. That's
Music
a good
Pub.
sketch. Who did that sketch?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Bagley? Is it Bagley? Who is it?
Stephen
Haynes. Stephen Haynes.
Oh.
No, wait, hold on. A gorgeous one-of-one Ivan Coelho. I never heard of him, but
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the other one. We got an Alex Savuk one.
Oh, that one. Look at that one. Holy shit. That is excellent. So there's that one.
There's the other one we had hit.
Oh yeah, that one's good too.
Dude, half and half.
Yeah,
There you go.
Alex Saviuk, however you say it.
Yeah, let us know if any of you other guys if anybody else in the chat or on the comments below, let us know if you pulled any and who you pulled. I'd love to
Nice.
be. Yeah.
Dark Pizzo got a box for 120.
So
I still have
It was that,
2
it was
unopened
that
boxes.
exclusive box. We got a few
Yeah.
of those, and they were all gone. Sold out of blind bags, like release day. They were all gone.
I still have 5, and I still have my one sealed box that I bought.
Open it up. No, just kidding.
I got 2 boxes. 2 boxes, and I still got probably my store sold out, but I have personal ones I haven't. I sell them on Whatnot a little bit here and there. We do a thing where we open up extra ones, so if you buy multiple, you're guaranteed to not get a double. So if you get a duplicate, we'll let you swap it out for something.
That's cool.
Up to a certain point, of course. Once you have all of them, it's like I can't guarantee you, a virgin.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't take many. You only got to open like 5 or 6 more.
So what I did was I posted, I don't know, I think you got it, Sean, and Emmett. They sent the letter out talking about the blind bag. So I showed people. It made them more confident on buying the bag.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, it's going to be all the A's. Like, no. These bags don't contain any of the ones you can get off the rack. So that changed the perspective instantly. Well, let me get
Hell
to
yeah. Well, they're doing that going forward.
20 of them. Like,
how'd you guys do with the boys bags?
I didn't even get any.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I got a few, but
they're
$30.
$30.
Yeah, I had no problem. I had 20 of them gone in day one. No problem.
All right, I'll have to trade you for something.
Yes.
Wow.
Day
bro.
one gone. I mean, that's like I said.
I sold one.
So one? No, man. I couldn't even keep them on the shelf. People were coming. You got any more? I was like, oh, they're gone. Man. They're gone.
So
drop the on-screen post blocking the screen, Brian.
Yeah, I had the chat up there. So the Queen in Black. Let's remind everybody how this Queen in Black blind bag was different than the other ones. They had these cases, is what I call them, which are basically a box of 20 of them? Is it 20 bags in each box? Yes. And what was the buy-in for a retailer for those 20 bag boxes?
Half price is 75. 75. Yep. 75
not bad.
bucks.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Well, and because you're guaranteed to get the exclusive foil, you're guaranteed to get the connecting set. And if you even if you buy a case at retail, you're getting them cheaper than you would if you bought 20 at retail.
Right.
Yeah.
It comes out to be like $7 each or something.
Great job for Marvel for doing that. Great fucking job.
Yep.
I mean, we give Marvel a lot of shit.
Follow suit after that.
Yeah, we give Marvel a lot of shit, but this is something that they did well. Now, again, it has nothing to do with the comics writing or making the comics stories better, but it is it's a good thing for Marvel to do, and it keeps them afloat, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, had those boxes been a key issue of Absolute Batman, those boxes would be $300. The boxes are worth $150. They're nice boxes. Like, it's a great idea, but had they had the writing behind it and the excitement for it, those boxes, nobody would have sold them. They would have held them, or they would have put them out for double value right away.
The next blind bag, am I correct? Is it DNX coming out with another one of those boxes? Right?
DNX is
Scotty Young's supposed to be.
I don't know if do they have a box for DNX also? I don't know if they do.
I think so. Scotty Young has his exclusive in there, and you can only get it through that box.
The other thing is their pages load really slow on FOC. And usually I just put comic books. You cannot buy the boxes through the comic book link or filter. I'm sorry, we'll call it a filter because that's the correct name. So if you put filter comic books, it doesn't show the box. You have to put merchandise because they consider it merchandise. So I almost missed the Queen in Black boxes because it was my buddy that said, "Did you get any boxes?" I'm like, they weren't on my FOC. And he was the one that told me it's under merchandise.
Same. I almost missed it till you guys are talking about it on the show.
Yeah. So that's not very smart for them. That's another thing that, and that's not Marvel, that's Penguin, but it's Penguin not understanding that their pages load so slow. I can't look at everything.
Who's writing that? Is it Jen McKay writing DNX?
I think so. Let me make sure though.
Man, I don't like that art.
I sure hope it's Jen. Oh, that's a great Kari Andrews.
I love the JTC. I love a lot of the covers, but I don't like the trade dress. The trade dress is terrible.
That DNX.
There we go. Let's see here. Jed McKay.
Yep, Jed McKay. Yes.
Yeah.
I like Jed McKay's writing over Marvel.
He's doing Moon Knight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff. Thank God he's not doing that. Was he doing Punisher too for a bit? Or is he doing Punisher? Thank God it's not Gail Simone. Like, her Uncanny is unreadable. I keep saying that every week, but it's true.
I'm with you on that.
So I don't like that. I don't like that face. I mean, it's cool.
I don't like
Kari
Andrews. I like Kari Andrews, but I'm with you on this. I mean, that doesn't look good to me. That looks okay, but that doesn't.
That doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the
screw both of you. I love
it. Hey, again,
subjective art, 100%.
Well, let me see here.
This is another. So after Queen in Black, and how seems like successful it was, I think DNX is going to be the next thing as well. I already had customers.
That's a good cover.
Like how many boxes? Like 20 to 25 boxes already pre-sold.
See, go back.
Wow.
That's that one character. The Archer's Archerm, right?
Yeah.
It's like Archerm.
Yeah, it is.
That's one of those characters nobody gives a shit about. Does anybody even know who that is? I mean, I do because I'm forcing myself to read X-Men.
Yeah.
But I forgot her name already.
New character, new X-Men.
I don't give a shit about her. She's not interesting to me. I don't know her backstory. I just don't give a shit. Just saying.
Should have put like a bigger, like Emma Frost. I think she's in this book, right?
She should be.
Yeah,
she's what sells X-Men books, is put Emma Frost on the cover.
Yeah.
I love Quentin Quire. He's one of my favorite.
I do like Quentin.
Yeah.
But he's been around long enough. I think
has.
the guys that came in from the Grant Morrison run are pretty solidified now as X-Men. They've been around Glob and those guys.
Yeah.
But they keep trying to put all these new characters in. Every writer wants to add new X-Men, and it's so convoluted anymore. It's hard to give a shit. The Magic and Colossus miniseries was boring as shit.
Yeah. Damn, that's good looking.
That's pretty good. It looks pretty 3D modelish.
Yeah. The white beast does look really cool.
It almost looks Bjorn Barendis.
Yeah.
Like Wendigo.
Yeah.
So that's the Dark Beast, right? That has turned into and he's got that new team of supervillains.
Yeah, he's running what's they're called?
3K
agency. 3K.
Yeah.
He's running 3K.
I got
Ku
the
Klux
sword
Klan?
boxes in. They look pretty cool.
3K. What? Ha. I get it. Ha ha.
That's a dope cover right there.
That's good connecting.
Yeah.
Kind of harkens back to a little bit of Jim Lee-ish homage, right?
It is an homage, totally.
Yeah. It's different enough to where it's not super obvious, but if you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't nail the last image though. The final one. Because to me, the Jim Lee, that Magneto with that power pose.
Yeah.
That brings that whole image back home, right?
I agree. That Magneto one is my favorite one of the bunch.
Yeah, and they missed the mark on that, I think.
They could have done that with Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this all plays out. Again, it's the new blind bags.
Mystery bags.
The differing things with
that one. Is that the Danger Room?
Yes.
That one, that last.
Yeah,
so
this
I have
one.
the original Marvel T-shirt, the vintage '90s T-shirt.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't that looks like an homage? Wasn't that like?
I still got some vintage Marvel tees.
Wasn't that?
I can't afford those, man.
Wasn't that a connecting card set?
I believe.
I think so.
Might have been, yeah.
That was a connecting card set.
Red Hood says DN sucks.
Don't judge until you read it.
Come in and he's gonna get. He'll come and get a copy of it.
Yeah, right.
If Campbell did a cover, he would not be saying that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Cyclops.
Campbell did a cover, you would get one.
He'd be saying DN mama.
It looks like Cyclops has a chin strap.
Yeah.
He does like the big square jaws, doesn't he?
It looks a little off, that's for sure. But yeah.
The character boxes look pretty cool. I like them. I already sold like 5 of them today. Shh, don't say nothing.
The character boxes.
Yeah, the comics. Typically they'll send if you order. It's under the merch as well. But they have character boxes come along with the new releases as well.
Ah, okay. I'm not looking at merch. That's why I'm missing out on that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Is that the $60 for short boxes?
Yeah, comes in a pack of 5
from NECA.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about? So Nick GQ's in the chat, and he came in to remind us about Facebook getting involved into the live selling app platform. Did you guys hear about this?
I did.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
It's only a matter of time. They're so far behind the curve. They were the leaders in live streaming, in my opinion. That's where I started streaming Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I was doing auctions during COVID on.
Yeah.
New release coming out. You need to keep your eye on. New Miles is gonna hit shelves next week.
All right.
That looks boring, bro.
We sold like 10 of these today. I should have.
Nice.
Someone saw them and screw it. They wanted to buy them myself. I don't care.
I'm trying to
That's
find. I'm trying to find information on this. Is this it right here? Facebook Live is now a growth channel. I don't know what this is. Live Me Up.
MySpace?
Run a single live show from Live Me Up and reach shoppers on both Shopify and Facebook simultaneously. Full interactive experience on each with live chat and add to the cart everywhere, while every checkout completes safely on your Shopify store. No second stream to manage, no audience left behind. Same stream, reach Instagram and YouTube. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think there's other channels. There's other apps that'll do this, I think. I don't think this is
this not
Facebook specific thing.
Is this not it?
I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like a Facebook specific thing.
Oh, I hope so, because that would be great. Because
Meta has
Shopify
introduced.
store.
It says Meta has introduced a range of new live stream shopping features designed to make the platform more attractive to businesses, creators, and shoppers on both Facebook and Instagram. Among the key highlights revealed this week, the company announced expanded live video advertising options, improved live stream shopping capabilities, new affiliate program opportunities, increased partnerships with live stream shopping providers, and the advanced AI-powered ad capabilities.
You're gonna start seeing a bunch of this stuff.
There's always been,
because MySpace is gonna come back.
Yep.
Who's gonna get MySpace?
I heard about that.
Down.
Yeah, I heard about
I'll
that.
get on anything because I got kicked off Facebook. I'll do anything.
Dude, they're
I'm
gonna
a
be
social
coming out
media
with
whore.
so much new stuff just to come. Like, so how many people are gonna flock over back to that, right? And they're gonna be. It's gonna be crazy here in the next few months. Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
No, I agree. I think it will be.
so it says it's making Meta is making a major push back into live e-commerce. A few years ago, many people thought Meta had abandoned live shopping after shutting down earlier shopping initiatives. Instead, it's shifting to a different strategy that leans heavily on AI creators and live stream promotion. Instead of trying to become another Amazon, Meta wants to become the place where people discover products during live streams and can take creator content, then buy with a little friction as possible. And that's very interesting to me because back when when Jack DeMeo first contacted us about Whatnot, when Whatnot was first being talked about, and he told us what the plan was with the app and everything, the first thing that popped into my mind was, okay, it's great to sell stuff, but I want to turn it into a place where it's also content, right? Where, yeah, I could sell stuff on there, but people are also watching it, even if they don't want to buy, you know? And I think that's very interesting that you can start putting content on these live selling platforms, not just shopping, right? Of course, you want to have shopping available, And I had a really good conversation with Jack about that at San Diego this year about, even Whatnot's trying to push that a little bit more, where they want, content to start happening. A lot of content creators are now just doing content on the Whatnot app. They're not even selling stuff. They're just doing content there, which is very interesting. So, well, we'll see how that plays out. But,
so there's a lot of ways to go. There's a thing called comment sold. It's been around for a while. You can stream. It links your Shopify store. There's ways to link Facebook Live with Instagram and YouTube to your Shopify. Whatnot now allows you to link your Shopify. So this stuff is out there, but Facebook has been so far, or Meta has been so far behind.
Yeah.
Like they were the leaders in it. Like I said, I built everything at Comic Sleep from going live on Facebook. And we had to abandon it for Whatnot because they stopped pushing. We would go live, and within seconds we would have over 100 viewers. Seconds on Facebook. Towards the end, when we stopped doing it, we would be live for 30 minutes and have maybe 20 viewers. One's your grandma and your mom and your sister and your wife watching at home or some shit. Like we would do share giveaways every time you shared it. We would do a special giveaway for people who shared the stream, anything trying to get it out there. But the algorithm just stopped. It became just pay to play, period.
Well,
and it's a little concerning with Whatnot now because now they have the promote thing too. It almost feels pay to play sometimes.
Well, what's interesting about this with Meta getting involved is like Whatnot is built specifically for live auctions, right? And that's what it's built for. Whereas this feels like it's built for already massive, like these big groups that already have an audience, like Facebook groups. If you have 15 or 20,000 Facebook followers or 15 or 20,000 Instagram followers, you could now have AI promoting the live streams to thousands of additional buyers. Like it feels like the people that already have an existing fan base are going to thrive more in this, or an existing follower base are going to thrive more in this than somebody who's just getting started, which is very interesting play. You know what I mean? It's the opposite of kind of like Whatnot's feel, where anybody with a phone and a pair of sneakers could jump on Whatnot, This kind of feels like it's going to be for people that have Facebook groups, people that are doing Instagram reels. It's like a creator ecosystem, and it's all driven by AI discovery and
that'd be great for me.
It could
we
be,
have a bigger following on there than you're right, than Whatnot.
Yeah.
So
but what sucks though, ultimately, and this is one of the biggest problems with Meta, is situations like Sean has faced where, you get kicked out of it for some stupid reason and you can't contact anybody to get it fixed, can't contact anybody to find out what's going on. Like that is such a fucking headache. And can you imagine when there's even more money involved in it and you can't get a hold of somebody? Holy shit. That could be a nightmare.
Yeah, you're right. That's the pros and cons of it.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see, man. There's a lot of competition popping up with this in the live streaming universe. It's cost a lot of money to make an app to, you're talking 6 figures minimum just to make a basic app with payment gateway, all that shit. $500,000 to make a quality one. It takes a long time to cover that money. And you're not even talking about marketing, promoting, all that shit. And there's already these established ones. Whatnot had Mr. Beast at the Super Bowl giving away all kinds of crazy shit. Like, who's going to top that kind of promotion? It used to be where I talked to people about Whatnot. They're like, I have no idea what that is. Within, I'd say 6 to 8 months, that's drastically changed. Yep. Now, at least half people I talk to are like, oh yeah, I've heard of Whatnot. They may not be on it, but at least they've heard of it, But anyway, there's a lot of them out there. Now this Cuckoo's coming around or whatever it's called.
Cuckoo.
They're comics only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they're comics only now. I don't think they can survive on comics only. I think they'll expand as soon as they have the buyers.
Bro,
you want to do a toy? Like it'll slowly go out.
Yeah. There's so much money in cards and sneakers and luxury. Comics is the smallest category on Whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, like we're pennies compared to what these card guys make, and the luxury and
the storage unit guys,
the storage unit flipper dudes, the big giant guys. Go on Whatnot at 2 a.m. and look at these guys in these gigantic warehouses that bought like white label shit from China, and they're selling everything you can imagine. Just 15 seconds sudden death. Next one. Okay, next thing. Next one. Blenders, drones, shoes, cell phone cases,
whatever they got that
literally
week.
Anything.
Whatever sea container showed up, we bought the whole fucking thing.
But they're not selling hubcaps, Emmett.
No hubcaps. not to a 65 Dodge Dart.
You can order that market, bro. Dodge Dart. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. It's pretty interesting. We'll see how that all plays out. Live selling is such a big part of the world now. That, like you said, it feels weird that Meta is just now getting involved when they were kind of like the first. Like Facebook was the first place I remember seeing live selling videos and stuff. You know?
Yeah, I saw that. Nelson said they're selling Wagyu meat on. I saw people selling meat on Whatnot. You can get freaking by a cow, butchered cow. Shit's crazy.
Are they carving the cow up live or what?
Yeah.
God, that'd be brutal.
This was also interesting. We talked about the Dark Horse union stuff, and it sounds like that's all starting to fall apart. Even though they acknowledged the union, the people in the union are pissed that they're not doing what they said they would do. It says here, since the voluntary recognition agreement has been signed, Dark Horse Workers Union has been working in good faith with Dark Horse Comics to take the next steps toward contract negotiations. But that good faith has not been reciprocated. Our senior editors, who have collectively brought over 100 years of dedication to creating some of your favorite comics, are now in the crosshairs. As of now, senior editors are not supervisors, but Dark Horse is hoping to sidestep this by giving them supervisory responsibilities and acting as if they were there the whole time. This week, senior editors were given quote-unquote job clarifications that entirely changed their job descriptions. If they don't agree to take on the management tasks and sacrifice their union eligibility, they will be demoted and receive a significant pay cut. The union will fight for our amazing editors, and we call on Dark Horse to join us in good faith negotiations. No more underhanded attempts to reduce our union membership. The herd stands strong.
A senior editor should be a supervisor, period. And if their job description wasn't laid out that way in the beginning, then Dark Horse fucked up. It sounds like they're trying to correct a mistake where they should have been labeled as supervisors. Now this whole union shit at the fan, they're probably like going, oh shit, they're not supervisors. Okay, these guys need to be supervisors. How are we going to fix this? And the union's going, no, don't do it. Wait, cry. No, they need
the
to
union
be
I was in.
supervisors.
I was a supervisor, and I was in the same union as my subordinates, and it makes it difficult. Most police departments, the officers are in a separate union to the rank and file, and it makes it hard when you go to write somebody up that's a union. You're in the same union and you have to write them up. The union comes after you as a supervisor. What are you doing? Like, this is your union brother. So being in the same unit makes it difficult to actually supervise.
There's no, and this is, call it controversial, call it ignorance, call it what you will, but there's no reason for a comic book publisher to be freaking unionized. There's so much freelance stuff involved. These people come and go. They want to have say and the comics they make and how they make them and how they promote them. That is not a democracy. It's not a group decision.
Right. I think they really just want healthcare and some type of pension.
And again, if they can't afford that, then they can't afford it. I can't afford healthcare and pensions.
Right.
You know?
When was this agreed? Like, it's been going on this long?
A couple months.
Here's the other problem with all this. like it's and it actually is the same. They don't have the money. Dark Horse is not doing well as a publisher.
No.
They're impossible to work with as a retailer. Trying
Yes,
to work
dude,
with Dark Horse. Yeah,
I can't say the stories, but I have stories that make you want to pull. I mean, you would pull your beard out with rage.
I'll tell my story. I won't get into specifics, but I have an artist that I've been working with that has given me the ability to do 6 covers for an IP. The covers are already done, and I've worked ways to get to say to Dark Horse, hey, you have the IP. I have this guy that wants to do covers for it. I want to pay to do retailer exclusive variants for it. And you'll hear something, and then it's like you don't hear anything for 10 weeks. And then they'll give you a little bit of a nibble, and then you don't hear anything for 10 weeks. It is so impossible to, again, it's like the whole meta thing. If you want to allow retailers the ability to do these variants, like you need to be able to talk to them about them. Like trying to get a hold of somebody at Dark Horse is like pulling teeth. It's fucking unbelievable.
And their favorite word is no. Like we had a big project lined up. I have to be super vague. I'm gonna sound like an idiot. We had a huge project lined up to do something major. It would have been the talk of New York Comic Con. Blind bags, variants, hot ass IP. It was going to be great artists. They were all on board. It was going to be epic. And as soon as that president quit or laid off or got retired, whatever happened, they were like, nope. You can only do one. You can only do this. No, you can't do that. Oh, it's too late for this. Like, too late. It comes out in 4 months. It's too late. No, we can't do it. We don't have the bandwidth to do it. What do you mean you have the bandwidth to do it? Like, I send you art, you put it on a cover, and you send it to the printer. Like, it's not rocket surgery, anyway.
But see, this is the problem with the handshakes of comic books.
Yes.
Right? When you had that president and he was willing to do it, if you had said, okay, I'm sending you over a contract, and that president or whoever was in charge put his fucking name on it, when they told you no, you go, okay, I'm sending this contract over to my lawyer. Then you can tell my lawyer no. You can't tell me no. Go tell my lawyer no. I do the stupidest little bullshit I still have contracts for.
Yeah, I feel you, bro, and that makes sense. And I have a lot of big deals that I have contracts for, and those contracts take sometimes months to solidify. And there are standard agreements kind of with retail exclusives, but most of them it's a formality and it doesn't matter anyway. And
I can't believe they don't want contracts. That's the thing I can't believe.
I agree, Emmett. I agree with you 100%.
Because I would just always I thought about it, but because of who I am, I don't do that anymore. It's like it's doing a thing and then suing them. I'm Emmett 2.0. Yeah. And just as soon as I put in for it, like there wouldn't even have to be anything go wrong. Just sue them because there's no contract.
Yeah, we almost always have retailer agreements. Usually it's a DocuSign. Sometimes if this shit's going too fast, you work with someone for a long time, they don't bother. I can't remember the last time I signed a retailer agreement with Dynamite. This doesn't happen.
You guys are right. I mean, what does Dark Horse have out right now? I mean, I'm looking at my shows over there.
The He-Man that just came out.
Actually, He-Man is pretty good.
That sold really well.
But that's like their only IP they have that's worth anything, I think. Don't they have a horror line that's doing good? Maybe
but they don't have exclusive on that either, because Tokyo Pop is doing a He-Man book too. That came out last week.
I saw that, which is weird. I think isn't that probably for anime or manga, isn't it?
It is very that flavor.
Very manga-ish.
And it seems like it's all about the Battle Cat. Not sure. I didn't read it.
Yes, the Battle Cat. Yeah, you're right. I saw that. Well, the new Skeletor is out, but I don't know of anything else. I mean,
no, their other books are very.
Don't have big writers on the stuff.
They're Lunar, right? Or are they
very experimental.
I think it's Penguin.
Yeah.
The I think Dark Horse is Penguin now.
Great. I hate Penguin's website.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for.
It's a little. They finally got it a little better over the last couple months.
Yeah.
Classify some of their things differently than what we do at a shop, I guess.
Yeah. At least I can do all of them at once instead of having to click add to FOC every fucking time.
It's just impossible to.
I still have to commit 4 times before.
You know how many charges we get on our card for our Penguin shipments every week?
It's silly.
There's constantly charged and dropped off and charged and dropped off and charged.
Yes.
And there'll be 7 charges for one shipment.
I got 7 mailers with my 4 boxes. This is
just
most
individual boxes.
Marvel I got. No, yeah. These little individual mailers.
One little book in a big ass box.
In a big ass box, and then we'll get like 10 books in a mailer. I don't know how many warehouses they have, and they're shipping us to.
And they're always damaged. They're always damaged in the mailer too.
Yeah.
If it comes in a mailer, they're going to be damaged.
It is.
But,
it's just. I don't know, man.
Penguin was just charging my car like every second. I'm like, what do y'all charge me for shit that comes out like a month or 2 later?
Yep.
Yeah, it's annoying.
So the contact my rep, I was like, whoa. Can I just pay y'all once a month, please? Because y'all are going a little crazy here with my card.
I love Lunar. I can see exactly what I'm paying for. I can see exactly what's coming in. I can see exactly how much I paid for it. It's not a mystery charge. I pay the bill.
Yep.
Well, I was able to get Lunar. Hey, just run my card on Friday.
Pretty smooth, baby.
Lunar doesn't do that.
That's a great point. That is a great point. That would be very interesting because I've heard that talked about a lot, in the industry. Like, there's better days to run your guys' payments than others. And I've heard a lot of retailers talk about that like it's a pain in the ass. You plan for when these payments should be taken out or when payments, like if you're owed money, when they should be in your account. And it's very wonky how that happens.
I work on a crazy cash flow, so I never pay attention. My CPA show me a thing at the end of the month, and there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in there, so I don't care.
Oh, Mr. I got too much money to pay attention to my money.
I know. I told you.
I don't know how much money I have because I have too much of it. Oh,
yeah, it's a nice problem to have.
Dirty girl.
It's a nice problem to have.
That's why you can buy hubcaps all the time.
That's right, man.
That's the joke's going to keep giving, by the way.
Yeah.
I may be joking because I'm jealous. I'm missing a hubcap for my van. So
people like to hang out with me so they can beat up on me because
nothing
there's
phases
nothing
you.
to I don't give a
I'm the same. Once you're in the military, like nothing really can phase you, right? Like,
yeah. When you have a whole platoon of guys ragging on you, one person saying something is shit.
I mean, you were in the Air Force, but it still counts, I guess.
Yeah, they didn't actually physically hit us.
I did get hit. I did.
Yeah.
A lot, actually. I probably deserved it, though. What did you do? That's the worst joke, man. So I love dark humor, right?
Oh, yeah,
and,
man.
It's the
and
best.
there's, God, I'm going to get canceled for this, I can tell you right now. But I heard some story about this dude my wife's telling me about. So she knows this person, knows a person, blah, 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 right? And this dude beat the crap out of his wife, sent her to the emergency room. And she's telling me, and I'm trying not to laugh. She's like, "It's not funny." And I was like, "I know," but I can't stop thinking of saying, like, "Yeah, but what did she do?" Like, I mean, nobody deserves that. It's so terrible. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, you don't deserve to have your orbital bone broken. But it still makes me laugh because I'm just like, yeah, but what did she do? Like,
it's like the old joke. What do you tell a woman with 2 black eyes? Nothing you ain't tried to tell her twice already.
So bad. So bad.
Oh,
So bad.
Sanford and Son. I wish I could be Sanford and Son.
Oh,
I need a
those
big
are the
piece
days.
of property for that. I would have bathtubs in my front yard, motherfucker, tomorrow.
Hubcaps everywhere.
You ever watch some of those old 70s sitcoms back, how racist they were? Like Archie Bunker? Like,
Sanford and Son, yeah.
But they were trying.
They did it.
They were trying to make it.
Yes.
Carol Connor said later on, people were laughing with me, and they were supposed to be laughing at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I can't find anything from Dark Horse right now on Penguin. I'm looking and looking. I can't see shit come out except for their catalog.
So one thing, one final story I want to talk about to you guys is not in the comics world, it's in the card world as well. And this could probably be a drama alert thing, but this is something very interesting. Have you guys heard about the card theft of the Patrick Mahomes 1 in 50 card that was stolen at the National? Did you guys hear about this?
No.
All right, there we go.
There was a theft got caught, that $15,000 Mahomes card that was in there. And if you haven't seen it, it's just a video.
Dude, talk about brazen. That guy lifts the case open, grabs the card, and hands it to the kid.
They had like at least four people all together, maybe 5 people with them, but some go to lunch. And then the other ones are getting asked about cards on the other side. And it's like, you turn your back while you're dealing over there. And it is that easy to just lift it up and take whatever you want right out and walk away. And that's what they did.
That is why,
looking for him.
And that is why I have, people laugh, like, oh, Gio's here hanging out. No. Gio is here because A, he does not care about cards. I didn't handle money at all this whole weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we had a huge amount of actual cash on hand.
Yeah.
But that's why Dad's there.
Yeah.
People start speaking to him when he's walking on the table. He's like, hey, do me a favor. And he won't even look at you. Somebody will be like at his 9 o'clock and he's dealing with you.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. I'm trying to do perfect.
So basically what happened is a guy and what looks to be his son, his 10-year-old son,
as Jordan Love,
stole this card. And it's just so fucking, it angers me so much that, ultimately this is a kid's hobby, right? Collecting baseball cards or sports cards, a kid's hobby, where like a dad is showing his kid, not only showing his kid, but involving his kid in like the wrong thing to do. Oh, let's go steal, and it was just so brazen to see this guy get, grab the card, hand it to his kid, and the kid walk off. And that's the type of shit that is being, and we see it all the time on Drama Alert with these Pokemon crash outs and, all this craziness. And it's sad to me. It kind of makes me feel sick to my stomach, seeing a father teach his son.
That's the definition of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Some people just need to be punched in the face.
Hopefully not to the kid, because I don't think it's the kid's fault.
No. That's not the kid's fault, bro.
All are there, right? But goes around, comes around. So
I'm a big fan of this guy on IG, Jay Bells. I love his stuff. He's really good at putting out these little videos, but he did a video on it that I thought was very interesting. Here we go.
Mahomes Variation Gold Refractor, number 20 of 50, was stolen at the National.
You can see him looking around.
He pulls
tells
the
his
bag
kid
to
what
in front of him.
And he tells his kid what he's going to do. And he waits for somebody to stand in front like that.
Looking and see if anybody's paying.
Because there's cameras everywhere.
I'll say, don't these guys know there's cameras everywhere at these places?
Oh, grabs it.
Hands it to the kid. Kid puts it in his pocket. He's just telling the kid, put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your pocket.
And the kid keeps looking at the kid.
guess
Doesn't
someone
look like
did
he's
some
very
AI.
happy.
Right? And they did an
Fucking
AI improvement
on a photo. But yeah, it's not even so much the kid. It's the fact that the grandfather or father, whoever this guy is, was encouraging this to be done. It's so shitty. So yeah, a $15,000 card just lifted, and hopefully someone sees that this is numbered 20 to 50 before they put a buy on it, because it might even be cracked already. Who knows?
Well, they got the dude on video Like, he's going to jail. They got him on video. It can't take that long to identify the dude. That's beyond grand theft larceny. That's super grand theft. I don't know what the word is, but
it's crazy, dude.
Prison time.
It should be.
Yep. I'm surprised they didn't have it locked.
15 grand is that's prison time.
For sure.
But it's just,
he can
again,
argue that he didn't know how much it was worth, but
it's teaching lessons. And again, this is the important thing about the hobby, and we've been talking about this a lot lately, is about policing our own. And I love, social media and the internet can cause a lot of problems, but I love the social media and the internet for this fact, is that we can put these people on fucking blast, put them on Front Street, and not have to deal with, this is the wrong thing to do. And anybody that does this shit, we want them ostracized. We don't want them part of the community, and it's very interesting to see. Now, again, you want proof, and I think we got proof. We see it, in broad daylight. Again, AI is amazing, but I don't know, man. Is he just going to get a misdemeanor on this if he gets caught? Is he going to do any time?
It's up to the victims, the vendor he stole them from, if they want to press charges. And then
it's up to the DA.
And then the DA will decide from there if the DA wants to, because the DA can actually, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but can't the DA just decide to press charges without the store deciding they want to press charges? I don't think so. I think the store has to decide to
it
press
depends.
charges.
So like if he brings that card back to them, they might decide not to press charges because that card would be evidence and it would be in the fucking evidence locker for however long that case took to go through, and it could be years.
Yeah.
So they could say, I don't want to press charges, and we just like shamed you on the internet, and everybody will be watching for you.
And I'm sure if you got that kind of card in the case, number one, the case should have been locked. And number two, they probably have insurance. So they're probably going to get an insurance payout for it. But that's a pain in the ass too. Now your insurance goes up, blah, blah, blah. You get the card back. Do you got to pay back insurance? That's the whole thing.
Yep.
So do you just call it a wash and let the douchebag have the card?
That card is $15,000 in there. What other cards were in there?
Yeah.
At that price. I mean, you don't have it locked, for one.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I like what TJ said. Good luck selling a numbered card that everyone knows is stolen. Anyone in the community.
Eggplant, who's a criminal defense attorney, says someone needed to say it's my card and they didn't have permission to take it. And that I guess that being a first offense, if it's a first offense, for a nonviolent crime, they won't go to jail for it, which is,
boy, we really teach good lessons here in America.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then that wasn't the final thing. This is the final thing that I want to talk about. And this is very interesting conversation, and I'll probably continue this conversation across many shows this week. But this was an interesting video being put out about manufacturing grails.
Someone tells you this about rare comics, and you might fall for this trick. So hear me out, because once you understand it, you'll be able to see right through it. Robert Kirkman's new superhero comic, Terminal, has a 1 in 1,000 signed grade variant and a 1 in 2,500 original sketch. And the book might be brilliant. It's Kirkman's first new superhero universe since Invincible. And the creative team on this is absolutely it's insane, okay? Not disputing that. But nobody yet has even decided if the story matters. They've created so-called grails before we even know if the story's any good. A real grail comes because the story mattered, a character mattered, or collectors were desperate to own it for years because of what actually happened within the comic itself. But this feels like they've done it the other way around. They've manufactured the rarity first, and they're just hoping that everything eventually catches up. So can a comic genuinely be a grail before anyone has ever even read it? Or is this just manufactured scarcity with some famous names attached? You tell me. No one.
What do you guys think?
First off, I want to know, does this guy not have a house he can film into? Why does he have to be in his car?
The car thing is, that's part of the social
God,
media.
that's so, yeah, that's
And first
nuts.
of all, remember, Brian, y'all had Kirkham on, and he talked about this book and the amount of work and the years that it's been. Of course it's going to be big, man. Come on, dude. It's Kirkman.
I think it's fake news. This guy's just looking for clickbait stuff, honestly. That's the whole word, man. That's the buzzword. You want someone to click on your videos, say manufactured scarcity. Say the word manufactured in the collectible world. And you're going to get 1,000 people clicking on it and watching it. Everyone's going to talk about it like we are right now. Yeah. So I think it's just read a speedometer.
Everybody knows. Everybody
and then
knows what I'm gonna say.
And bro, did you just come into comics yesterday? This is what happens is a new #1 comes out. Look at Lunar. There's a new title that was out. Palmiotti's working on it. Denver or something. I just saw it in FOC. They had a preview. I read it. Looked pretty good. Post-apocalyptic world. The moon breaks into pieces and everything floods. Denver's the only thing left. It's just like Vault was doing. If you every bundle of 10 you buy, you can get a 1 in 10 ratio variant, all the way up to 1 in 100s. So if that's the case, then every single ratio variant for a #1 is manufactured scarcity, manufactured grails. That dude needs to shut the fuck up because that's stupid what he's talking about. It's dumb, it's stupid, it's a non-starter. It's called the comic book industry. That's what we do. That's what racial variants are. That's what chases are. Is a chase in a Pokemon set manufactured grail for a Pokemon set because no one knows if the set's going to be good or not yet? No. People want to collect the rare cards and in Magic, the mythic rares and the super 101s and the super refractors and all this other shit. Like, we don't know if a basketball, any sports team, we don't know if the rookie cards are going to be hits or not, but we all want the rookie cards because they could be a hit. Is it manufactured sports heroes?
Yes.
Like that's the fun part of seeing someone buy something. Like, I don't give a shit if it's going to be big or not. I like it because of Robert Kirkham doing it or this person doing it.
Yeah, how about I'm a fan of Kirkham and Kuber and these other dudes working on the book.
He's one of the good guys. I mean, like Campbell, all these guys are not bashing anybody else, just having fun. Go out and support them so they can do even more. Like,
that news to get out of his car and stop trying to make fake ass videos.
He's probably outside a comic book shop. He's gonna go buy them all.
He's probably not. He's probably just sitting in his driveway making content. That's probably what he's doing.
Or that's what these people do. He missed out on a terminal and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna bash him."
Yeah. Hey, all these content creators, sweetheart, you ready to make some content? Yeah, okay. I'll go get the car. I'll back the car out of the garage. So stupid.
Usually, the point is the reasoning because they missed out on it in store, and they had to go buy it online for triple the price.
Yeah, ask that guy to make a video on the $400,000 video game next.
To sell that many mystery bags, they need to put something in it to sell it. Just
I got that one in 1,000. It came in a slab, 9.8 signed, CGC yellow label. It was great. First, I was like,
so what did you get the ticket for? Was there a ticket you had to mail in?
No, they did it. They did it before. They had them graded before. Yeah. Kirkman talked about that on the show.
So if you bought that many books, you automatically got those.
Well, as long as you ordered, it came in your shipment.
Right. Oh, so they weren't even worried about whether you could sell out. They just wanted you to purchase the.
It's a ratio variant.
2,500. It's a ratio variant.
Ratio variant. Yeah. It was a 1 in 1,000 ratio variant. Yeah.
Yep. So it's Sean is still doing shows.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, Sean, do you still have the book?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's at the store.
Okay.
I keep seeing it on the table. It's there. I'll grab it for next week's show if it's still there. If they haven't sold it yet,
it's probably worth to hold on to see.
I still got a lot.
Terminal was really good. I mean,
it was good. Number 2 was good.
That guy didn't mention that. He didn't mention if you got a 1 in 1,000.
Well, I think he made it prior to it dropping, even though we're just seeing it now. I think it's starting to make its rounds. But see,
that's got to be
I agree and don't agree with him. That particular as a ratio variant is a gift to the retailers to push the amount that they buy, and then they'll sell it for whatever they want to sell it for. It's not really now if it had been inside the mystery bags, then I would say, well, that was to get people to buy the mystery bags, and that's manufacturing something. Or if they were just doing a drop from their own show or their own web page where they only had them, I think that's a manufactured. And I use that word a lot. I've been using it for a while. You know, I'm not in that game. I'm not. See, I guess because my tone of my voice is, and
crash out, do it.
No, and that the things that I believe in is that just because I say I wouldn't do that or I think it's wrong doesn't mean it's not a viable business model, right? It's a free world. Do what you want. I just don't think. I think you just make the book, and if it's good, people will buy it. And look at Absolute Batman #1s. There was 300,000 of them. They're still $300 each, right? So
well,
I mean,
scarce is a 1 in 1,000, Sean. Right? I'm pretty sure not many shops got up to 1,000 copies.
Oh, for Terminal, I bet you there's more than you think.
People did exclusives.
I bet Midtown has 5 of them.
You're 1 in 1,000. That excludes that being that rare.
They had to make one for every 1,000 books sold. So there are ones out there.
Ordered.
So if I bought 5 ordered, yeah. So if I bought 500 and you bought 500, they had to print a 1 in 1,000, but they didn't have to give it to anybody.
Yes.
Right. So
yeah, and I'm sure there's extras out there that
Well, what Diamond used to do is Diamond would buy them.
And Diamond would then put them on sale for $2.50.
Back in the day, a quarter. When I first started, it was a quarter sale.
Yeah.
Woo.
Piss off a lot of people.
Here's my thoughts on this whole thing. He keeps on using the term grail. A grail, to me, is different for everybody. Like a grail isn't just a big key book. My grail for the longest time, a grail to me is something that you've been searching for a while and you haven't been able to find it, and it's one of the main things you're looking for. For example, one of my grails for the longest time was the Spirit newspaper insert from 1947, December 1947, where it was the first mention of UFOs and comic books. Nobody fucking cares about
book.
that. Yeah, nobody cares. Like, that's not a big key that people know about. I think he needs to change his term from grails to key, right?
Yeah,
because
or hot book, something like that.
There's a grail, right? That's a grail, but it's also a key. There's a difference between grails and keys, and yes, grail.
One more, sorry, grails.
Yes. Yeah. And all people's grails are different. Some people look at that Hulk 340 as just like, oh, it's an okay book. I don't really care about it, That's just a key book. But some people are like, that's the book that got me into comics. That's what made me want to go to the comic stores because I saw a friend that had it.
Fall in love with McFarlane, yeah.
Yes. And that is a grail. Too many people, there's terms that people use that are being used in the wrong place, and which is understandable because we have a lot of new collectors, a lot of new people in the hobby. So I don't think they're manufacturing grails. You can't manufacture a grail.
Yeah, TJ said it right in the chat too. He said the guy basically doesn't know what grail means.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is another thing to make the guy lose credibility.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's in his car and we're sitting on his speedometer.
So
what's your grail book, Emmett? Do you have a grail book, Emmett? Like one that you
Punch 12. Shout out to Chuck. Punch 12 was a grail book for me. And of course it's a key. It's a major key. But some people don't give two shits about that book. I'm a skull collector. that is the Skull book, you know.
I had to send you a Grail to get on your channel.
You did. It's right behind me.
House of Secrets 92.
Right there.
House of Secrets 92 and Our Army at War 81, 82, and 83.
Those are your Grails?
Our Army at War?
Yeah, that's Sergeant Rock's first appearance.
Oh.
I forget which one it is. I think it's 83, but there was a guy that kind of was like Rock in the earlier ones, and then House of Secrets 92, which is Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of the Swamp Things. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah.
The Grails are books that like you want to, that you're yearning to own, you're yearning to find. And it all goes back to the
Sergeant
crest
Rock
for,
is the greatest hero of all time.
But he was in the Army, Emmett.
Bar none. Yeah, I know. So was my brother. I had a brother in the Navy too. The only thing that my family wasn't in was the Marine Corps. We all could pass the ASVAB.
I got an 89 on mine. Yeah,
Sergeant Pepper
Sergeant
over
Rock.
Sergeant Rock.
our Army at War 83.
83. I knew it was right in that.
Nice.
I think 81 is they call it a prototype or something like that.
Yeah.
Cameo.
But again,
my favorites is the Haunted Tank. I like that one.
Yeah, Haunted Tank is great.
These are terms that people need to understand what they mean, and there's so many new people in the hobby. It's one of the reasons why I like content creators like Not So Funny Books. Like, here's a guy who's kind of he's new to the content creation in the hobby, and he's dropping some information that, okay, this is what this means. For the people that don't know, what is a ratio variant? What is an open order variant? What is a retailer exclusive variant? These are things that a lot of people just don't know. So Music Pub says Sergeant Slaughter over Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah, that's why I'm a big Punisher fan too. When he was a Marine, I love that they keep that too. It just depending on what cover you read, depending on what war he fought in. Of course, it was Vietnam, and lately it's been Gulf War. They got to keep moving the war back to keep him aged down.
Aged down. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think it's just, again, you have to take a lot of content with a grain of salt, because they are, you don't know whether that person is just trying to manufacture, clicks, rather than, something else. So.
Manufacturer's mortgage.
Yeah.
From likes and clicks and views.
Maybe he'd been watching my videos and he's just trying to steal from me.
Yeah, there you go.
One of my favorite grails that I have is I'm a big Jack Kirby guy. I just grew up loving his art. So I got Jack Kirby and Stan Lee signed on my May Spider-Man Annual #2. But they, of course, back in the day, they signed on the first cover page.
Hell yeah.
So don't have it on the cover. And it's already authenticated. And I typically don't bring it to the shop and show that off because it's not for sale. So if I bring it, someone's going to want to buy it.
The only book in my collection is John Sable #1, signed by Mike Grell on the front. In the front, I was 13 years old. That's how long ago that book came out.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, as far as a grail, can art be a grail too? I mean, what's classified as a grail, Brian? Like, is it gaming? Is it cards? I mean, can
A grail
anything be
is
a
just
grail?
something that you yearn to own. That
it's
that you're
different for
searching
every
for.
person.
Yeah, that is hard, has been hard for you to find. And the reason they call it a grail goes back to the Holy Grail, and the cup that Jesus supposedly drank from at the Last Supper, and how there's this mystique to it that everybody's searching it out. You all guys have all seen Indiana Jones 3, and the story about
Monty
the Holy
Python.
Grail. Yeah. So like you're right. Official Music Pope is right.
original
The C3PO
art.
gold boner is a grail for me. It's one thing that I have not yet been able to find. So that
Oh my God, I've sold like 3.
I've
I'll
never.
I'll keep an eye out for it
Yeah.
for you then, because I get them all the time.
Yep, that is a grail for me. Totally.
I have
So
original Herb Trimpe art on Wolverine from Hulk 180.
Oh,
the last
Yep.
page.
That's crazy because I don't have any of his art, and he taught high school like 5 minutes from my shop. He taught high school
That's
art
awesome,
in a.
I actually have it on the wall right now. Right there.
Oh wow, look at
Straight
that.
ahead.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Herb Trimpe, Hulk 180 page. I got it in the trade. I traded that for a whole full set of Umbrella number 1 through 113.
Well, here's what you need to look for now, Stephen, is you need to look for the UK version of that Hulk 181 cover, which has the original Herb Trimpe face on Hulk that they changed for the Hulk 181 in the US. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, they didn't like the way that Herb Trimpe, is it Trimpe or Trimpy? I'm not sure, but they didn't like the way that he drew Hulk's face, so they had John Romita redraw Hulk's face for the US cover. And then they released the regular version in the UK for the Marvel Superheroes book that was in. So, yeah, TJ, I played that video on Saturday night show. I showed it to Hood. There was a guy who bought 2 packs of Star Wars for $60 each and pulled the Gold Boner card in the first pack.
Yes, I saw that.
But that's that's the 3rd series, right? The greenback, is it 3rd?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I have 2 packs of unopened 1st series.
You should get those graded. You should send those in. I don't know.
I sent
PSA.
them in to be graded. They would only authenticate them. They wouldn't grade them. So.
Why?
Because they were a little loose in the back, and I didn't iron them. Like somebody said, "Oh, you should have ironed it." The backs were like lifting. They were they wouldn't. They would say they're authentic packs, but they couldn't give them a grade because they didn't say they were tampered with. They just said they weren't in a condition that they could grade them.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I sent them 30 packs, so only getting 2 back, that was cool.
Oh, that is cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Did
All
you
the
already
other
sell
ones are
all
gone.
those?
Oh, yeah.
How long ago was that?
2 years ago? I want to say 2 years ago. Yeah.
So, all right. Let's start with let's talk about what's been going on in your guys's in your guys's worlds. Steven, anything exciting happening over at Most Wanted Comics in the next couple weeks?
Yes, we are starting to pack up for the move.
Oh.
We are a couple weeks away, and the remodel is pretty much 10% almost done, and we're almost there.
So, congrats, man.
My son, we were helping my son move. He moved to San Antonio and got that out of the way, so he moved on. And now my daughter has decided to take the reins over him. So she's 9 years old, and I'm going to be showing her the ropes and showing her all about comics and collectibles. And she's been helping me bag and board books and pack things and get ready for the move. So it's been an awesome weekend spending time with her and just showing her the cool things of learning different comics and new releases. It's been fun.
Hell yeah. Getting the family involved in the family business. Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, I hate to see my son move, but he's an adult and wanting to move up and start his career. He's going to be doing firefighting in San Antonio.
Oh, congratulations.
Say that again. He's going to be what?
Doing firefighting in San Antonio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he wants to do the fire academy in the fall, and he's a good kid. He just decided to move with his girlfriend. She's going to college, and they got their first apartment, so it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Seeing them move up, man.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Emmett, what about you? Anything coming up interesting for Haven for Heroes?
Yeah, so last couple of days I've had a sports card whale sitting at my shop going through every single card that I have that's over $1, and that took forever, but that ended up being a really big sale, so that was great. But Sunday the 9th, I am sponsoring a show called End of the Night, which is a talk show where a buddy of mine who's a director interviews television and movie stars. We were going to have Robert Englund, but because we had to move because he probably will be in a couple of weeks. We have a woman named Tiffany Shepis. She was a doctor on the new Picard show, and she was also yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and so yeah, she was also Maxim's hottest woman of the year or something like one of the years there. So yeah, so she's going to be on, and then hopefully Robert Englund was going somewhere traveling to do an appearance either in a movie or a television show or something. So we're going to get him in a couple of more weeks. But yeah, so he's had some big people when he used to do the show. So we're bringing the show back, and should be fun.
Got to get Robert Englund on, Brian.
different show. It really doesn't have anything to do with comics, but you know, it's fun to mix all the media together.
Horror is so popular right now.
Yeah.
I mean, what better than Freddy himself? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
Hell yeah, fucking
so that's the big stuff for me going on. I'm still buying tons of DVDs.
Yeah,
bought another
because they're
almost
selling
1,000. Oh yeah, yeah, at 25 cents a piece, and I sell them for $5. I mean, figure out what that margin is. It's insane.
What's your audience for DVDs? Just curious. Is it younger kids, older dudes, everybody?
Everybody. It was mostly older people, and now it's everybody.
And it's not Blu-rays aren't popular. It's all DVDs.
We bring in some secondary, third-party video game stuff. And if you've got a shop and you're selling video game stuff, go find Old School. I've been carrying them 4 years and have never had a return, not one, for not working. That's, as far as electronics go, it's fucking unbelievable. In 4 years to have 0 returns. Awesome. We did get, that's a lie. Actually, one thing was returned, but the guy broke it. And because he was a family member, I let him return it. But he was trying to do this new technique that he saw on YouTube with holding the controller against your palm and doing it like this for a particular game. And he snapped it, which he broke it, but I let him return it. But none of the electronics have ever gone bad. Old School, and it's spelled with a K instead of CH. Yeah, if you're selling electronics and you're looking for a third party, and they have all the molds for all the controllers. They're exactly like your OEM controllers. They're fucking fantastic. And the profit margin is fucking aces. Good stuff.
Well, there you go, Sean.
So you source a lot of your stuff there to flip it, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they make brand new controllers for all the old video game systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And because a lot of OEM controllers are shit after 20 years. So we'll get systems in and we'll have to add controllers. So we had to find some for ourselves. And then people wanted to buy, I want 4 controllers for this system. Well, we only sell one. You only get one OEM with the system. Then they buy all these third party. It's a great add-on. And they sell the converter. So if you're selling NES or N64s and the person has HDMI television, has the converter to HDMI.
Let me know if you got any good, reliable Rock Band guitars.
They make fantastic ones. I have them for PlayStation and for Xbox.
Xbox 360. That's my favorite version.
They're expensive though, dude. They're $90.
I know.
For the third party.
Oh,
forget it. If you want an OEM one,
yeah, the old one.
Everybody loses the fucking dongle. The part that plugs in if it's wired, they're cheap, but if it's got a dongle, oof.
Between Rock Band and Guitar Hero, I had like 6 guitars. Because I bought some I used to play with my kids all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be so much fun. And then they just stopped working, banging on them too hard and playing them, and especially the strum.
Yeah.
so I just buy more of them. But anyway, that's one of my favorite games. If I can get it back up and working again, but again, it's got to be for the 360 because that's where I have all my downloads. I spent all the money on DLC and all the games and the songs I wanted.
Yeah, man.
I probably spent $1,000 on every single thing I could possibly buy. And I got all the rock bands, the Metallica, the Aerosmith, all the different versions they have.
Certain ones of those games are worth big money because they were only produced in that one game. And people want that song, and then you can't get the DLCs anymore. So most of them you can't get anymore.
Good thing I got my little hard drive still plugged into the side of the 360s.
Yeah. What about you, Sean? What's going on with Comics Elite?
We're just getting ready for Fan Expo Chicago, August 18th or August 15th to the 18th, I believe-ish. We'll have Don McTagg at the booth and Motley Monroe at the booth, and we have a Nephi Wars exclusive from Garrett Gunn and a Motley Monroe cosplay exclusive. We just launched another cosplay of hers this week. Lots of exclusives in the works. I have some really big, humongous stuff on the publishing side I can't even talk about. It sucks. I was telling Brian on the phone not too long ago. I was like, man, I need more. I wish I could talk about this stuff, but it's so far out in the publishing world. You're like 9 months working on stuff and you can see the light of day till forever. So
wow,
it's tough.
Yeah, it always is, man.
We got some great gun honeys coming out. Don McTagg did a beautiful gun honey cover. We'll be launching that maybe this weekend. I think I got to decide tomorrow if I'm going to launch it this weekend or not because my team needs to know. And I've actually been taking some time off, like spending time at home and taking whole weekends off because I restructured my business. The teams are doing more stuff. I'm focusing more on the publishing stuff. I'm actually building my brand, Sean's Comics, a lot more on Whatnot. I'll probably be starting an Instagram for it, where it's just me streaming. So when you go on Sean's Comics, you won't see an employee; it'll be me. So that's been kind of fun. I'm actually moving here. So really, really big thing here, and this is kind of relevant. We could do 30 minutes on this, but the building I had for 10 years, I've had this building as my comic shop and then my streaming location. I had 3 streamers there at one point. I had Facebook and Whatnot, and I had 4 streamers there at one point. Anyway, that whole building is being subleased to somebody else, another business I'm partaking in. So I have to take 10 years. We're talking a 3,000 square foot upstairs, downstairs warehouse, and hold for signature books, Flaker books, everything you can imagine a comic shop has that's been slowly gathering up. You know, when you buy collections and you sell 25% of it and the rest of it sits there, and you buy another collection and it sits there and it just collects up. I spent 3 hours today just going through probably 15 short boxes trying to unfuck what's in there and trying to figure out what's worth selling, what's worth. And I've committed blasphemy. I've probably thrown 10 long boxes of comics just straight into the dumpster. They're garbage.
I got a van.
They're complete and total garbage. Shit that
no such thing.
Humble
yes,
guys,
there is.
watch.
Oh, trust me, there is. There
Other than
is.
Valiant mid numbers.
Even
there's
Valiant
a lot of
stuff,
garbage
man.
out there.
Yeah,
a lot of
Don't
garbage
Whatnot
out there.
that somebody take them for
So much. But anyway, I've literally just surrendered to the fact where like it's not even worth me hauling this long box, putting it in my truck, and the gas it would cost to drive it to the store to sell these books for 50 cents each if I'm lucky. It's not even worth it. Like,
you don't have another dealer in your area that would just come up, scoop them up for $30 a box?
Honestly, I mean, no, I wouldn't even want to sell them some of this shit. You got warehouses already, bro.
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny that, you know, we were just talking about this today, me and Sean, about, you know, sometimes you're in situations like where it's just, you know, I'll explain to what one of the things that I've been dealing with. You know, my mom is getting older, and my mom is like, she loves to buy all these crafting supplies and never makes, I mean, she'll make something with them every once in a while, but not enough to use all these supplies that she has bought over the years. And I had to mention to her, like, Mom, like, I know these are important to you, but if you were gone tomorrow, like, I'm not taking the time and the effort to try and sell each one of these individually. I'm probably just going to throw them away. And, which is it, but there's certain, again, not everything in life is black and white. There's gray and nuance and everything. And in a situation like that, sometimes it's just like, dude, I just want to get rid of this shit,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've been, again, not to go on and on, but I think a lot about what's going to happen when I'm not here, right? And I've had the similar talk that Brian's talking about with my mom, and my mom just wants to argue. She wants to argue to win. She doesn't want to argue. She doesn't talk to listen. She talks to argue, and she wants to win. She won't hear shit that you say. And I said, look, would you rather leave us with some money in the bank or storage units full of junk that I don't know what to do with? Because she's like, oh, there's stuff in there worth money. I'm like, I'm not going to spend the time it takes 2 hours of work to make $20. That's what's your time worth at a certain point. So I don't want to leave. If something happened to me tomorrow, my wife would sell all of my shit at auction.
Leave her my card.
She would have some friends, some of my good trusted friends.
That's a great point. Yeah.
They buy some good stuff. They give her some fair amount of money. But most of my stuff would sell for pennies on the dollar. My statues, she doesn't know how to sell those, ship them, and who's going to do it for a consignment? You're going to take what, 50%? What's your time worth?
Yeah,
like, okay,
anybody doing consignment, I think, is losing their.
It's like, she would wind up selling it.
It goes back to that whole thing about and I think you've talked about this before, Sean, maybe you and Emmett on the show. We had that conversation about when you're gone, what's going to happen to your collection? There's some people for instance, I had a friend pass recently that was a big collector, and I haven't talked to his wife and family about hey, what are you doing with that collection? Because it's kind of, I feel like in my head, maybe that collection reminds them of their loved one that they've lost. But there's also the opposite situation where maybe they just don't care and they're just going to throw it away, So there is situations where, letting your family know, hey, this is what I want you to do with my stuff if I happen to be gone tomorrow. And I'm going to make it easy on my family to not have to worry about getting rid of it.
Yeah. And let's just say I left my wife with a whole bunch of comics, and I was like, my wish is for you to sell these and make a lot of money and take care of yourself. Bro, she has to now learn the comic industry and take the time. If I don't have the time to post it on eBay and sell it individually, how the fuck do I think anyone else is going to have the time or the knowledge or the wherewithal or the patience to do it? They're going to sell it at bulk, and they're going to make shit on it, and I'd rather leave them with money in the bank than shit. So I have no problem taking a long box of garbage comics and throwing them away.
Yeah.
Brian,
I thought it was blasphemy. That's why I have 3,000 square feet full of shit. It's all the good stuff the sellers have already taken the good stuff to my new office, and they're already selling it. And I've bitched at them 1,000 times. Get over there and get anything good you want out of there. Okay. So I've taken the best stuff. I'm bringing it home. I'm selling it on Whatnot. The mid stuff is kind of floating around. We still got stuff we're holding for signatures, but the garbage, I'm to the point where I'm just I just rather throw it away. It's like when I look at that, all my slat wall is going to be sold. So I have all these racks that go on the slat wall. I mean, probably 200 of the 4-foot little shelves that go on the slat wall, right? I threw probably 50 away. Because I could be like, oh, somebody come buy these. I'll give you
Facebook Marketplace,
for them, sure. Yeah. But it's at the same time, it's okay, do I want to make? And I get it. Everyone's perspective is different, but I'm going to spend 2 hours to make $50 or some shit. I'd rather just go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I put stuff out by the dumpster and people come and take it. It's gone the next day.
Yeah.
So I'm to the point now. I'm in declutter mode. I don't want clutter in my life. I don't want clutter in my store. I don't want clutter in my house. I'm trying to declutter my life as much as possible. I remember my days in the military where I could literally carry everything I owned in a giant sea bag on my back.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, Sean, that's the reason why I have to move to a bigger location. So I can close all these storages. and bring freaking everything out so everybody can see. So what got me on this show last year, Brian, I think you remember, 10 for $1.
Yep.
That made the story. That made the rounds. So they had to bring me on. Of course, Dennis 2.0 was on, and I was like, shit, Dennis is gonna chew me out. Like, what the hell is he doing? But I'm not putting Mark Spears or anything big like that. But we have a 10 for $1 spot, and it's the stuff that's been sitting around for 2 months. I move it over there, and it's like clockwork. We get people in Tuesday mornings, Wednesday morning, and that shit's gone. That helps me maintain everything, right?
Yep.
But with the bigger shop, now I can bring out all the back issues from 20, 30 years ago, and that's a little different. But yeah, 10 for $1, Brian. I mean, Sean.
I solved my not pricing my back bins. All my back issues are $2.
See? So I got 10
They're all
for
$2.
25
Amazing
cents,
Spider-Man,
50
Aquaman, it
cent,
don't matter.
$1, 60%, and then the key book.
Yep.
Everything is all set up.
Key books behind the where nobody can put their hands on them unless they're looking
we make
for
something off of everything.
Yep.
I get it 10 for $1, whatever. But I get rid of all that shit.
I may be into that 10 for $1. I'm maybe getting close.
I mean, it's not that the books are not bad. It's just I have an excess amount.
Yep.
Yeah.
So come get a deal. Customer gets a deal.
Makes the customer happy. They return as a customer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Is that what a loss leader is? What's a loss leader? Is that
same thing? Yep.
Loss leader.
Yeah.
Not
So
that the books are bad. I mean,
loss leaders are not bait and switch. It's a different thing.
Yep.
My dad's was an old time salesman for Sears, and they would have a washing machine on the floor that you could not fucking sell. You, as a salesman, you were not allowed to sell that fucking thing. It was nailed to the floor. That was to bring people in to look, and you had to sell them something else.
I want this one.
Yeah, that's the bait and switch. Sears did that years ago, but they had loss leaders too. Walmart still has loss leaders. They go, something for 59 cents that everybody else has 99 cents. But while you're there, you buy the soda, which is $3, and it only costs them $1. So
I got one guy that comes once a month from another town. He spends like $300-400 on the 10 for $1. Cleans us out.
Yeah.
That's how I started, man.
After he leaves.
That's how he's filling his comic shop.
I would go to comic shops in California, and every time they had a sidewalk sale or any kind of sale, I was like, I was happy when I got 20% off my pull list, and I was flipping on Facebook groups. The Scotty Young variants were the hot things, and if you got the Scotty, because not everybody was ordering variants. Variants were fairly new.
Yep.
So if you could get the Scotty Young variant, you could sell it on Facebook for $8, and you only paid, $350 for it. You're making a fortune.
Yeah.
But also, what it does create is, in there's titles that people don't read, so they start to read them. Hey,
then they may come in and order subscribe.
Put this book down in my box. So it does happen. I mean, occasionally we have.
No, I get your point now that it's way more flushed out. I get it. Yeah, it definitely could work. Sure.
Every week, same thing. Like
I used to buy from a place called October Country in New Paltz, New York.
Oh, okay.
And he had a basement, was 25 cents a book in the basement. If you bought 100, you got it for $15. And if it was Sunday, it was half price. So every month, one Sunday a month, I would go up there and buy between 100 and 600 comics. It was, and they were good books, man. They were really good books, but comics really weren't in that. Like he had a lot of Moon Knight books from, the Bronze Age Moon Knights. Nobody was reading them. Man. Yeah, nobody was reading them in the early 90s. That was junk.
I like, my favorite thing of looking through the old issues like that is finding current artists I'm a fan of and seeing their old stuff.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I love finding artists, and I look at the stuff, I go, this is amazing, and they never did comics again. Like they just disappear out of comics because they they couldn't
Yeah.
get a gig.
Yeah, I get lots of inspired of like homage covers I can do. Like, look at this cover! Oh my god, we need to homage this.
So,
A lot of good stuff.
other than the decluttering, what else is going on for Comics Elite?
That's about it, bro. Just getting ready for Fan Expo Chicago, and then Fan Expo Dallas, and then New York Comic Con.
Yep, that's awesome. I'm hoping to
You
make
gonna be in Dallas,
Dallas, and I'm hoping to make it. That's my plan, and definitely gonna do everything I can to make New York as well. So,
Yeah.
we
I got my New York tickets.
Oh, nice.
I gotta pay my New York invoice.
Ooh, I still need to get my New York tickets.
Just shy of 5 figures.
We are 3 hours in. We didn't get to talk about a major segment tonight, but I want to talk about it next week, and that is comic book awards. We talked about the Eisner Awards from San Diego Comic-Con, which were very interesting. They haven't made much sense over the past couple of years to me, and today we were talking a little bit about the Ringo Awards backstage, and the Ringo Awards voting is now open, and we kind of took a look at the nominees and how the rules are, and it seems very, the awards in the comic book world are very is gatekeeping. I don't know if it's gatekeeping. It feels like a lot of people are smelling their own farts. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
And
they're trying to pick something artsy fartsy that's higher, it's highbrow or something instead of what sells. That's what always is. Oh, they made a comic about this in, some kind of fucking philosophy type shit.
Well, even more than that, a lot of these comic book awards, they feel like it's just people voting for each other. Like it's not the real awards. It's like, and we see that big time in the comic book community awards, which are going on right now. The nominations went out, and I think Beyond Wednesdays is nominated, and we've talked about this for a long time. That
That's number one.
Yeah, for many years, the CBC Awards felt like it was just people, telling all their viewers to go vote for me rather than like true awards. And it's a very interesting conversation to have about comic book awards, whether it's for creators, retailers, content creators, whatever. And I think we'll get into this with a little bit more time next week. So that being said, if there's anybody that has any thoughts on that, drop us a comment below on what your thoughts are on comic book awards, whether it's the Eisners, the Ringos. What is the one in New York? There's another one. I forget what the other one is. The comic book community this tomorrow night for Wednesday night review. And thank you for everybody for hanging out with us tonight. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, especially if you enjoyed tonight's show. Hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up if you like the show as well. Make sure you guys go check out all these cats on social media and their stores. Go check out their Whatnot sales or eBay Live sales. Go, hop in and dig through their long boxes. And check out the links below in the description. You guys can get 10% off at Comics Elite. You can get 10% off at KRS. You can get 10% off at SvetaShabina.com. You can get 10% off at HiveComics.com, all using the code word Beyond10. And that being said, love you guys. We're out.